Click here to subscribe. Click here to subscribe.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Let's see. What are we doing? And where is it? Here we go. Boom. And boom. And send now and bam. What's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Let me, 1 second. Switch my shirt this time. Finally, I actually got back on at a decent time instead of 11 o'clock at night. Hopefully that means this is going to be the beginnings of a very, very nice session. Give me just a second. All right. Suited and booted. Let me get this camera on. Let me check my camera. Camera's on. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Why does it look a little out of focus, though? Let's bring that back in. Okay. Maybe I'm just tripping. Awesome. And playing games. We'll switch to that. Let me get this chat up. Give me just a moment, y'all. Boop, boop, boo. And chat is up. Let me also spin up the game. Okay, while the game's loading. Boss Page, what's going on, man? How are you? Elric, always good to see you, dude. Geek, I haven't seen you on for a while, man. Hope you're doing well. Jovi, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Nemec, what's good? Black Fist, how are you, man? Your video on New Arc Line was great. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I enjoyed making that video. Can't wait to see that game come out. Darmo, what's up, man? I finished Mass Effect 2 with my Infiltrator. Nice, and man, then it might have been a bit mad, but the damn companions carried that game for sure. My team was myself, Jack, and Garrus. Oh, nice. Jack shot up to your favorite? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Alongside Garrus and Rex, all great characters. All great characters. I'm doing good, Boss Page. How are you, man? How are you? Yeah, the actual ending of Mass Effect 2 pales in comparison to one of Mass Effect 1. It's really the lead up to the ending that's pretty awesome. As I go look at man. Appreciate it. Lennon, what's up? Cosmic, how are you? Sloan, good to see you, man. You're super good. Wow, I think that's a first, Boss Page. That's awesome. See what a few days of rest will do for you? That's fantastic. Let me load this up. We got quite the viewing party. Apparently, everybody flooding in. Works for me. This is what happens when I start at a decent time. Most of the time, they're like, oh, do I really want to join the stream? It's so late. I'm so tired. I really want to go to bed. All right. One thing I need to go back and do. I did a little bit of reading. Found out. Let me check this for myself. Grace deflection. Yeah, what I found out, this Staff of Horus isn't really all that great. And attack skills, control, lightning, magic staff. Yeah, Staff of Horus really isn't all that great. While
not happening.
Here, hold on, let's see if I can do it from here. While the bracers I put into the ritual will probably be a little bit better. At first I was thinking I wasn't going to have anybody use the heavy armor, but I think I'm going to put heavy armor on Seren. because her chants don't care about that. So why not? Peace Dog, what's up, man? How are you? Yeah, 10 p.m. is an ungodly time for streams. I know, but I don't have any. Oh, damn, they're not gonna let me change that here. I could probably change that from here. Entrance. Oh, but that means I would have to do all that over again. It's
Not happening.
it's not worth it. One item is not gonna make the difference. It's fine. Start a decent time. Grumble, 3 a.m. I'm sorry, Cosmic. I love how you getting your companions to set your ship up to your ship will take away your crew, but it help you save others better. And the collectors talk about a badass race. Yep, for sure. Setting up your ship will take away your crew. Oh, right. In Mass Effect 2, there's that midway point where it takes away your crew. Yeah, that was a rough scene. Ooh, Octopath Traveler 2 a while ago. Just started. So far, it's good. If you decide to play it, I highly recommend you start with Hikari like I did, because it makes more sense to start with them, motivation-wise. Okay, I'll keep it in mind, Lennon. Multiple people have reached out to me about that game and said it's something I should play, so it is on the list.
That's twice now. By Kyrus's icy nethers, twice! Edicts have been broken before, but never in all my many years have I heard of one person doing it twice.
Anybody can do it. Just think, oh wait, maybe later I'll slay an Archon. Still planning my day.
I think that's a jest. But others will see your actions and assume you're capable of just about anything, especially slaying an Archon.
So what's on your mind? You want to discuss blah, blah, blah? All right.
Couldn't help but notice the bird from Cacophony.
Bird smirks as you approach, scrutinizing you with her mismatched gaze. How'd you know where the bird came from?
The voices birds have a certain hollowness to their movements. Like puppets. Or the fifth eye.
She chuckles, running a hand down her hair feathers.
But seriously, what's the boss want from us now?
Offer her the missive. Want to read it? Ooh, want to put a blade through the skull of one of the people who killed your sister Furies? Becomes one's apparently a loudmouth braggart.
Wait, what? He found one of the shits who killed my Furies? Let's pack up and go.
Lawbreaker. I think I've only had one Lawbreaker dialogue option before now. He also included a series of code glyphs. This one's wealth, I suspect, but I can't read the others.
You know about code glyphs? How charmingly disreputable of you.
She favors you with a wide grin.
There's a lot to love about spycraft. The trickery, the blade work, keeping your senses awake, balancing on the edge between confusion and discovery. Memorizing the Archon's childish pictographs is not my favorite part.
She examines the parchment, frowning. Hikari, what's going on, Doodlebug? Hikari definitely seems to be main character material compared to the others. Ooh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Also, Slandered, I have now decided who I prefer. I prefer male Shep. His voice actor work is a lot better for me. Okay, Hale is still great, but I just love how stoic and badass male Shep sounds. Are you playing as a Paragon or as a Renegade?
Malfora. She's one of Harshion's people. Bit boring, but gossipy in the way that pays. We should be able to find her along the road to Lethian's Crossing.
And she's just going to trust us?
The voices gave us the passphrases that will get Malfora to open up to us. When we find her, let me do the talking and everything should run smooth as sea glass.
She rubs her hands together.
This will feel good, Finder. Wildly, incredibly, stupidly good.
The Archon's sudden interest in your revenge doesn't seem suspicious to you?
Are you asking me if I trust the voices of Nerat? Archon of Secrets, Spy Master, Arcane Pillar of Green Smoke and Flame, Immortal Magician, Eater of Minds, and Connoisseur of Perversions?
Damn!
Of course not. But if it's some convoluted trap, I'll have your back and you'll have mine, right?
Let's go.
Lead the way.
All right. We good? We good. We'll level up a bit later. Let's go ahead and just head back out. We don't have any misses to look at either. Where's old boy? He's in Asheville. That's Merchant Crossings. Fine. So yeah, let's go to Ash Wheel first. Hulk, what's up, man? How are you doing, dude? Ooh, another missive. Oh, thank you, Geek. Yeah, if you all enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Obviously, I focus a lot on CRPGs, so if that kind of content interests you, definitely join up with the community. Paragon for now, but I heard Mail Shep is awesome for Renegade. Nice. Okay. Cool. Jim, what's going on, man? Evening. Mrs. Lander, how do you like this game so far? I'm a big fan of Tyranny. Big fan. I really liked it, but I have trouble with real-time combat in RPGs. A tunnel vision and characters die a lot, so I didn't make it far. Nope, I enjoyed this quite a bit. I think there are definitely some ways to help ensure that your characters stay alive, so you can watch this stream or even see some of the previous streams to see some of the adjustments I've made to try to keep my folks upright, but it hasn't been an issue so far. Paragon or Renegade is one of my pet peeves about the Emmy trilogy. Really? What's going on, James? Glad you're able to make it, man. They really want you to pick one and punish you if you want to be something moderate. There is no room for neutrality in Mass Effect, and I do agree that is a weakness of the series. I agree. Knowing more of the kind of guy that would pick O'Shea for her Beast Lord, Costello for her Concuts and sub-job versatility. Oh, is this oh yeah, so you're talking about Octopath. Yeah, I haven't played Octopath yet, so I can't comment. Completely agree, James. Might as well just choose Paragon Renegade. Yeah, character creation. That's basically what you have to do. Yep, that's true. Her Broken Road's coming out this week. Wednesday, in fact. I'm praying it's good. So am I. I am definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to being able to check out this game. Let's find what's going on here. We already did this, right? Missive in transit. Let's do this. Joker. This is the sort of question that can get you killed. Very little is known about how Archons are born or come to power, and my long life has taught me that Kairos and the Archons prefer it this way. If the young and talented remain forever in the dark, the old and mighty can rule without challenge. I heard of Ash. He will always be merely Ash to me, before Kairos renamed him and gave his legion that backhanded title as a rebel, a grimy, illiterate partisan who was winning battles with his countrymen of the northern kingdoms lost left and right. Ash was always a good leader, but he wasn't born able to mystically reach out and protect his soldiers. The earliest mention of it isn't even until the tail end of the Northern Conquest, and if you read the journals, they don't tell stories of grievous harm warded off by Ash's stern looks. Instead, they talk of his soldiers finding their fears and doubts lifted from them by Ash's presence. A careful reading suggests the ability to actively protect physical harm came years later as that bond grew and, more importantly, as his legend grew. The legend part is the key detail. In my understanding, an Archon's power is something of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The widespread perception of an Archon's power is the very thing that strengthens an Archon's power. So in Ash's case, he had some early inkling of a power, the ability to assuage the burdens of his men. And as he took on a mantle of power and became known all around Terratus as the next Archon of war, it soon became the ability to bear the physical burdens of his men, not just their fears and doubts. Thus, my advice to you is to act like an Archon. Take power where you can find it. Foster fear, foster love. Never walk through life anonymously, but rather live in the thoughts of your followers and the anxieties of your enemies. Myothis. Ask about Kairos' wrath. Dear Myothis, thank you for weighing in on all this. To ask perhaps too honest a question, if I am such an anomaly, such a threat, why hasn't the Overlord dealt with me right away? An edict or just a simple request to Bled and Mark would be no small threat. Neither seems to have happened just yet. What is your take on this? Why hasn't Kairos dealt with me? Joker, send it. All right. Is this like RPG? Saying, what's going on, man? Yes, this is a CRPG, computer RPG. It's from Obsidian Entertainment. Same folks that made Outer Worlds, Avowed is about to come out, the Pillars of Eternity series, Knights of the Republic 2. This is one of their games. So it's actually an RPG, party-based, isometric RPG. I'd say it's probably about, what, 50 hours, something around that range. And yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Ashley's so damn annoying. You don't like Ashley? I'm pretty trusted in me. How do I know you're not working for Cerberus? Oh, yeah. That was I hated the way they handled that in Mass Effect 2. I was not a fan at all. Ooh, Look at him popping up out the shadows. Fallout TV series and a new RPG this week. Oh, is the Fallout TV series starting this week? I didn't even realize that. Okay. I highly recommend Triangle Strategy. What does that mean, geek? Capture summon monsters like a Pokemon trainer. Unlike or not for the first game, capture monsters are unlimited and can turn them to food when you're done with them. Ooh. And so far, you really like James? Oh, and Mass Effect 3? Nice. Okay. Okay. It'll be interesting to see what your thoughts are on him by the end of the game. The shadows before you twist and flare, fusing sharply into the form of Bleeding Mark. The Archon of Shadows glides smoothly into his new surroundings.
You're not dead yet? Good. Keep this up, as I have no interest in searching the shadows for your corpse. I've caught a few glimpses of what you did back there with the Edict of Fire. Did you mean to channel the magic of the Edict?
Not sure what you mean.
You don't? From my vantage point, the torrents of arcane fire didn't just vanish. They roiled and billowed like smoke. I could have sworn you were channeling that energy. Perhaps the magic was seeking you. Whatever the case, you seem a little different. You smell of brimstone and crisped parchment. You are different than before you broke the edict. I will leave it at that. Either way, you filch the Silent Archive and can benefit from its influence. To be honest, even I don't know the full extent of what knowledge it can offer you, but I do know the sages poured lifetimes of effort into it. I imagine the archive was at its most useful when it was still a part of the library, before the edict did a number on it. But even now, it has a myriad of secrets to share. Can you hear its whispers? No? Then listen harder, kid.
I was never allowed to see the Silent Archive when it was in working order, but I knew there were elaborate rituals to put information into the archive, or to ask a specific question of it. You are holding the physical vessel of the Silent Archive, and while I doubt it was designed to be used outside of the chamber where it's been housed for centuries, I'm told sages who used to work with the archive reported it would speak to them in their dreams. In the benign educational sense, not in the go crazy and eat your family sense of things. I'm sure it's perfectly safe.
Longingly stroked the scroll, but it whispers such sweet nothings to me, my precious.
Sweet nothings?
Oh!
Well, I suppose
What?
it is filled with 3 centuries of
Are
poetry.
you serious?
The good and the bad.
I didn't want to get wrapped with Bleeding Mark. Now I have to do this whole thing over. Now I
Aside
gotta
from
do
two
this
when
freaking
you're
thing
ready.
over. Ah! It's so annoying. It was just a joke, guys. Just a joke. Good Lord. For those of you who this is your first time watching mainstream Tyranny, I don't save scum all the time, just some of the time. Rarely. Every time. Like once every other stream. I'm sure I won't save scum again this stream. Triangle strategy is like Fire Emblem or Unicorn Overlord. They're called SRPG, strategy role playing. Used to be really popular genre that kind of died off in the last 3 years. Made a comeback. Interesting.
I was never allowed to see the
If
Silent
Bleeding Mark
Archive
says I'll
when it was
benefit
in
from
working
possessing it,
order,
then I'm sure there's
but I
nothing to
knew
worry
there were-
about. There we go. The Archon arches a red-smeared brow. He smirks, though he at least makes a pretense of attempting to keep a straight face. Which power does James give you Max's friendship? I don't remember it well enough to answer that. JV, what's going on? A lot of people dislike James in ME3. I liked him even if he didn't have much of a character arc. I think people disliked him because he didn't have a character arc and he felt like it was a party member specifically put there for the people who didn't play the previous Mass Effect games, which is kind of annoying. You would prefer that they provide that content just through regular gameplay, but it is what it is. He does saves come all the time. Apparently, no jokes allowed. It's true. Yeah, Judge, I appreciate you not judging me, Sloan. I like James. Where I chaff was having Edie as a companion. That should have been a Batarian. Okay, I liked Edie as a companion, but I do agree a Batarian would have been cooler.
You need to be a lot more threatening than you are now, and a little study and practice won't suffice. You'll need to aim bigger. you'll need to track down the relics of Tears that escaped capture in the war. In the Blade Grave, the Stone Sea, and Haven each, there lies at least one artifact that can aid such an aura. Be prepared to travel far and wide in the effort to recover them. Aside from the practical point of getting you armed, uncovering these relics could lend you some legitimacy in the eyes of the Tearsmen, depending on how you go about it, of course.
Wait, I've already been to Lithium's Crossing and I never found an artifact. I was thinking of heading to the Stone Sea. What should I look for when I'm there?
For a century, the Azure Shield went from one Regent's Night to the next. It seems like such a little thing next to a disfavored shield, but it's a powerful relic all the same. Finding it in the maze of the Stone Sea will be a challenge. I have an agent that could point you to the Stone Stalkers, a tribe of beastmen that have filled the power vacuum left by the fall of Azure. Only they know the landscape of the Stone Sea. Look for Hagrand and Halfgate. He's something of a sleeper agent, so he won't know you're coming. Should he give you any trouble, simply inform him that this is his chance to see his wife again.
Good Lord.
When you're ready, meet me here once more. We'll discuss what's next.
The few patches of color on the Archon begin to darken as the edges of his form ripple and blur, diffusing into an intangible blackness. Wait, I have questions. The Archon lets out a short sigh as the color returns to his image. Again with the questions. What do you want to know? Whoa, Jovi! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, dude. I appreciate you, man. Lennon, R2 Lee, hey, I didn't even see you on. Slamurai, Cube, what's going on, man? And CJ, good to see you again. You're all members. Congratulations. Appreciate you, Jovi. Gifu, what's up? Abandonment, how are you? Erica, good to see you. But are you the very model of a modern parliamentarian? Nice. I love the horrible position I have to end up in when playing RPG in a particularly bad way. It can be fun. I've been playing the Bartarian Sentinel in multiplayer, and I wish he was a companion. He has the ability called Blade Armor, and it returns melee damage when increasing yours. Nice! That's awesome. Yeah, Batman, I'm a fan of the mark as well. I need to know why you're helping me. Then you must acclimate yourself to ignorance. Why do you do the things you do, kid? Do you hate doing what others tell you to do? Is the world full of idiots and none seem worthy of your grace and cooperation? I have no desire to be the pawn of Kairos, the Archons, or anyone else. Cute sentiment, kid, but you're a spoiled little shit. You have the protection of the Archon of Justice and the freedom to play loose with his laws. You enjoy more freedom than nearly anyone else under Kairos' sun. Yet that's not enough for you. I'm helping you because you're a bit of an unpredictable shit, and I'm old and bored, tired of straining at the end of my leash. Surprises are all that keep the days interesting. That, and you're technically a member of the court, as I am. So honor demands that I guide and mentor you, or at least try to, before putting you down. Just how old are you? About 300, give or take. At some point you stop counting. So you're testing me before killing me? Wait, you're helping me just because you're bored? I don't believe it. Believe whatever makes you happy, kid. So you're testing me before killing me? Testing you, yes, but the verdict is still up in the air as to whether or not I snuff out your life. Questions like this don't sell me on the notion of your longevity. Enough questions for now. The Archon dissolves into the shadows. Feel like I should have asked better questions. All right, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is, and hey, we have another missive. No problem. Glad I could support. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. So, Blade Mark is voiced by Junpei from the Zero Escape games. Never played Zero Escape. Damn, I heard that in forever. Yeah, what are they, Gifu? I just found it weird how Mass Effect specifically lets you hash out Tyranny versus human, all versus AI versus organics, Quarian versus Geth, Corwin versus Solarians through companion interactions, but not human versus Praetorians. Especially considering how much they built up that clash, you think they would have provided that. Zero-time dilemma. All right. A matter archival. Fatebinder Joker. Forgive me the curtness of this rush missive. The matter's too urgent for the luxury of formalities. I know that you braved the flaming ruins of the Vellum Citadel. The archive. Did you find it? Is it safe? Ask him for further information. Fatebinder Regalis, you seem to possess more than a passing familiarity with the Silent Archive. I thought it was something of a secret. Perhaps an exchange of information is in order. Tell me what you know of it, and I can provide you with its current whereabouts. Send. Joker, this is the sort of... Oh, wait. I already... Oh, crap. I forgot to ask again about Kairos' wrath. Whoops. Why hasn't he dealt with me? There we go. And that's that. Jim, thank you for the $5 donation, dude. Hear about the wizard's conjured skill set? What? It's made of cast iron. How do elves change the light bulb? They hold it and the world revolves around. Wow. Thanks, Jim. Whoa. They are non-brown, barren wastelands, and Tyranny seems like it. Zero Escape. What games those are? Zero Escape is an escape room puzzle solving visual novel series. Ooh, oh, okay. So it assumes the problem was resolved, but Shep never does, I assume. Yep. It seems like they basically saying it was resolved without his input, which is odd, to say the least. Quite odd, quite odd. Okay, we need to sell stuff. So I think that would be here, and yep, Lethian's Crossing. Boop, 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 boop. Oop. You make out a few figures on the road well ahead of you. The glint of iron and bronze marks them as well-armed and armored. Two feature the broad shoulders of beastmen haulers and lead a heavily laden cart. As they near, you realize that the standard flown from their cart boasts the heraldry of Tunan the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice. They hail you as you approach. You recognize the woman who leads the procession as a minor functionary in Tunan's service by the name of Alma. Her clothes bear the red, black, and gold of the court, and she keeps her light brown hair in a carefully braided bun atop her head. Speak with them. Fatebinder Joker, she greets you with a bow. I travel in the Archon service. The car behind me is laden with supplies, all at a reasonable price. Is there anything I can provide you? Shop. Of course, let me show you what I have. She pulls the cover off her cart with a flourish. I don't want to... What's that? She's dropped. Reflect 30% of hostile incoming spells and a greater healing potion. I don't particularly need any of that. I'm good. These less of conflict resolved and more that the Praetorians are fighting for their survival since they're the first ones hit by the Reapers. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. They were the first ones to get wiped out. Praetorians got hit the hardest by the Reapers since they were cut off from the rest. That's how it was resolved. Yeah, and it was whack. I would have preferred a more direct way. We can all use a couple of fantasy-themed dad jokes. Works for me. Thanks, Jim. And another missive. Let's check that out. Oh, 3 missives. Good Lord. Fuel for the flame. Ah, Fatebinder, you wound us. Have we ever needed an incentive beyond violence and chaos? If we have an ulterior motive, it was merely to see what Verse does with our gift. She is well practiced in both of those qualities, and we take incredible pleasure in observing her development. Set aside your paranoia and share in our delight, Joker. The voices of Narad. Interesting. This is almost certain to be bad. Archon Joker, allow me to address you by such a title before it becomes fashionable to do. I pride myself as a woman who stays ahead of the trends. Why Kairos smites some but allows others to exist is a question we all ponder. The Overlord can certainly appear arbitrary, and if I've learned anything, that's the point. Kairos is intentionally aloof and distant, both for matters of personal security and because if you had to wrangle the most powerful entities of Terratus, you'd need to keep them from getting too comfortable. To me, the most obvious answer is that Kairos knows exactly what you're doing. She probably approved of your actions and is likely working at every opportunity to create a situation wherein you are acting in your own self-interest while satisfying her ambitions as well. You have to consider one important detail. There's nowhere left in Terratus to conquer now that the Tears are in the Overlord's grasp. What would the great generals even do in a time of peace? The voice of Narad is barely tolerable when you have the need of a spy master. Why keep around such a monster when you no longer have need of such a gruesome weapon? I would argue it is in Kairos' interest that the Tears be a constant, costly invasion that claims the lives of as many of the Archons as possible. Not enough meat on the Tears to keep too many sharks sated very long. Kairos ordered everyone to take Ascension Hall or die. The or die must have been an acceptable option, correct? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you have the unspoken backing of the Overlord. It's not like Blood and Mark can't find you whenever he wants. Inquire about Blood and Mark's killings. Dear Myothis, your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. You made mention of Blood and Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Callio hinted that much of Blood and Mark's work involves killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems. So it's curious to hear you second that fact. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Blood and Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicions? Joker. Sent. Fatebinder Joker. You have me under Mark's blade. I possess only scraps regarding the archive, fragments gleaned from oblique references across a dozen texts. The sages sought a way to preserve all knowledge they collected, yet have it easily accessible to those they felt worthy of their secrets. I have found no reliable references to what solution they eventually settled on, but there certainly exist indications that they implemented something. Several documents intercepted over the years, some as recently as the conquest of the Tears, make references to sages bearing their discoveries to the Vellum Citadel as tributes to be paid to the Silent Archive. The manner in which they wrote of it, I half expect you to tell me that the archive is a living person, some sage volunteer kept alive, or else in a state very like life through the guild's arts of preservation and healing, their mind forcefully filled to its borders with every stroke of ink set to parchment, compelled through sigils of domination to reveal what they know to those bearing secret signs. I enter the realm of speculation, I fear, for we have exhausted what little evidence I have. Keep me in suspense no longer, Joker. What became of the archive? Fatebinder Rogalis. Interesting. It doesn't give you the option to tell the truth. Obviously, the edict has been stopped. Obviously, I found the artifact, so I'm going to tell them I destroyed it. Fatebinder Rogalis, I consign the knowledge hidden in the Silent Archive to the flame as per the Overlord's restrictions on forbidden knowledge. Surely you expected nothing less of me. Fatebinder Joker. I guess it makes sense that they don't give me the option to tell them the truth, but it's still kind of sucky. That's so trash. The Batarians are so badass. They're like skinny Krogans. I agree. Dump the stupid but super villainous guys in the Mass Effect campaign. Sure, if it's better or worse. Hensler, what's going on, man? How are you? Have you watched Smiling Friends? Second season just came out. The first episode is already amazingly funny. I haven't seen Smiling Friends. What are you talking about? I feel like there have been a few now. I didn't really like the Batarians. For some reason, they just decided to make the enemies of humanity universally unlikable. I understood where the Batarians were coming from. They had been through a lot. Oh, really? You watched the Eclipse, Hensler? It was worth the wait? Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see it, but I heard it was fantastic. Joker, it fell. Sunset, what's going on? I can't complain at all. Hope you're doing well. All right. All right. Hey, do you have... Whoa, that was quick. Fatebinder, allow me to be the first to congratulate you on resolving the situation at the burning library. Fatebinder Regalis could not be more pleased by your chance to preserve the texts and relics of the old sages. Or perhaps he's overjoyed that their grip on the library is now entirely broken. In either case, he almost bored his own giddy. Almost. I do not share his loathing of the old guild. They built their own pyre on their own hubris, true, but my opposition to them remains purely professional. It gladdens me that not their every myriad secret met the flame. I even suspect that an ambitious fate binder would have collected a few stray scraps of lore, perhaps as much as they could carry out. I hope you soon make an effort to join us at court in the Bastard City. I often feel it's been too long since we last whispered of the darker corners of Terratus. You've experienced so many of them of late. Perhaps I can provide illumination. Oh, so maybe I should go by and visit. Okay, I'll pay you all a visit, no problem. All right, we're back up to 8 campus supplies. Excellent. Let me look at what you got real quick. Vile tongue. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe I should be. Yeah, this is way better than what I have. Yeah, these are both. You know what? But I don't know if I can just upgrade them manually. So we'll wait on that. An exquisite hammer. Do I need? I don't think I need. What's his name for anything else? But we'll see. Oh, you know what? I can give that. I'm gonna give that to what's her name instead. So these are quest items. Don't want to get rid of that. I have to check through all these, so I don't want to get rid of that. This I wouldn't sell. These I probably wouldn't sell either. I don't know if I have to keep these around. I assume I do. Oh, but this stuff I can go ahead and sell at the very least. All right. Finally. Do that. Open up this. Where is bro? A fate binder with the ability to change what skills you are proficient in. Oh, needed you for so long. All right. And you know what? I also need someone who can train in lore. Where's a good lore trainer? Not available there. Troll vigor. None of you can train in lore? Are you kidding me? Unarmed attacks, parry, dodge, subterfuge, one-handed weapons, parry, and athletics, one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, dodge, and athletics, one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, dual wield, parry, and dodge. You're kidding me. None of you can do lore. Fine. Control life, control vigor, control atrophy, control grave light, and use of the magic staff. All that magic stuff, and you can't train in lore. Fine. And so there's also nobody who can train in a bow, light armors, metal armors, unique weapons. I kind of need him, but you know, we're going to hold off. We're going to hold off on that. Why does Verse want to talk? It seems fortification, carnage, or James unlocks. Oh yeah, fortification, as I remember. Case will work great with Sentinel with increased melee. Yep, that's true. It rained the whole day, so we get to see it either. Oh, sorry, Jovi. Decided the combat in Tyranny wasn't for me, so I decided to boot up a new playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. Going to take a crack at honor mode, but not yet sure what additional restrictions to impose. Yeah, I think I've decided our next live stream is going to be Baldur's Gate 3 Iron mode. Honor mode, but I'm going to add a bunch of mods to it. Like, I want to get as many of the great mods I possibly can and throw those in there. I'm definitely going to have a mod in there that speeds up XP so we can get the high level stuff much earlier and be able to go crazy with it. Honor mode doesn't have a rest restriction, does it? No. The resting costs a ton of resources, so you'd have to stockpile. Thing one of Shepard's backgrounds, you blew up a bunch of Batarian ship. Yep, that's true. That hireling may have been an intro conquest choice. Oh, somebody's the people here are often hidden behind those choices. Oh, that's a good call out, boss page. Okay. Went to my dad tested family group chat about some weird conspiracy theory shit about the eclipse. So I went right back to sleep. My tactician run had me carrying around tens of thousands of pounds of supplies by the end. Yep, I agree. As objectively in the wrong. They were slavers and started shit over uncolonized land. After the council didn't support the military operation, they threw a hissy fit. Maybe I don't remember the Mass Effect lore storyline well enough. I thought the humans were aggressive as well. For your first honor mode run, I recommend that you don't skip any content so you level as much as possible before any of the tough Act 1 fights. I would want to do a 100% honor mode run. I wouldn't skip anything. That's Hate Nerd for honor mode is going to kick your ass. It's all good. We'll figure it out. Will that fabulous hair. Ooh, there's a mod that changes Will's hair. Make a huge difference. Huh. I have to look into that. Why does she want to talk? What you got to say? You've carved out a real knack for yourself by breaking the Overlord's edicts left and right. Whatever Tunin is paying for your services, I'd say you're due for a raise. How does it feel? Not only have you given voice to the Overlord's will, but you're breaking Kairos' magic left and right. I'm only serving the interest of the mission. Sticking to your priorities is a good way to stay alive, but I wonder if you should be more reckless. I never got anywhere by playing it safe. I mean, technically my mission is reckless, but I'm here if you need me, but I don't have a mind for arcane wisdom. I'll do whatever I can to get out our little game through this war. And if it ever looks like your strength is flagging, I'll put you out of your misery and take control. Cheer up.
What do you need?
Awesome. We'll talk later. All right. Now that we've done that, let's do some respecking, finally. All right, world map, and back up to the mountain spire, and back up here, except, bing! I'm crazy with BG3. Well, I just broke the game with a 32 character party. Ooh, nice. I was thinking about that because I do plan for a couple of them to be summoners. Honestly, I find honor mode pretty easy once you played it as much as I have. Yeah, it'll be completely new for me, so it'll probably be a little harder. I got 1,600 hours. Yeah, I only did one playthrough, pretty much. And then I did one playthrough on my own, and then another playthrough where we got into Act 3, and then that was it. I pretty much dropped it, so I don't have a ton of hours. More than I want to find an interesting additional challenge to impose my run. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to have fun, and I feel like, especially if I'm adding all the bunch of different mods, especially the mods that are going to add in more party members and that allow us to get XP faster, it'll allow people who don't really know the game all that well to be able to feel free to join in and out. Because if I got all the party members anyway, it doesn't matter if somebody joins in and then they accidentally, kill a party member or something like that. It's all cool, whatever. I'll be down for that. I want to zap people with lightning. Yeah, let's do it. What? Let's do it. One being having to fight the gold dragon in Act 3. Ooh. I thought my 800 was crazy. Yeah, you know what 1,600 hours is? Kind of crazy. Let me check something real quick. Hold on. Let's see. How much do I have? Oh, see, you got to get your weight up. The game I have the most hours in is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I got 3,750 hours in it. So keep playing. You'll get up there. All right. One of these guys, Fatebinder Cesper, are you the one who can respect my skills? Ooh, here, hold on. Let's do a save just in case I end up screwing this up. All right, you. Before you stands a wizened man in the courtly garb of a Fatebinder. He seems to be lost in thoughtful examination, his gaze scrutinizing the details of the spire. He shifts his attention to you after a moment, offering a wan smile. Fatebinder Joker, a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. His bow strikes you as a perfunctory at best. I am Fatebinder Cesper. I understand that you reached out to the court for a trainer. I have been provided. I've also bought wine. He lifts a clay flagon in salute. Wine? The North's finest, a large cart's worth of cask. Required a team of 6 beasts to haul it, and worth every damn iron ring if it saves me from the southern swill. He raised the flagon to his lips. What kind of training do you provide? Think of what I do as teaching an old hand new tricks. I break pupils of the unwanted habits they've picked up so that they may form new ones. Break being the operative word. He smirks to take a swig of the wine. Unlearning can be far more difficult than learning. Tell me about yourself. I fear that that story is far longer than any of us have time for. He chuckles mirthlessly. Suffice to say that I've served as a member of Tunnen's court longer than most other fate binders and have earned something of a dotage as a result. Apparently that now involves assisting in the Kairos' forsaken tears. He looks back towards the horizon. Though this, I admit freely, is the absolute rarest of views. Let's get started, shall we? Excellent. Will I be working with you personally, or would you prefer I tutor a member of your entourage? You know what? I'll start with myself. Rechange self. I'm feeling rusty. Let's work together. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you understand that I will show you no favor. Tutelage, much as war, brooks no tenderness. All right. Oh, I can retrain my skills too? Oh, snap. All right, I didn't see that coming. I don't know what I had before. Wait, this is the pool. Oh, wait. So first, 14 wit, spell strength, and magic defense. I don't need that. I do need attack and ability strength for sure. This is finesse. This is for accuracy. I need that. I don't need bonus health, but I don't want negative health either. I don't need bonus affliction duration, but I don't want it to be negative either. And then let's see. I like this. I like this. I feel like I'm probably pretty good on accuracy because I think I naturally get a bonus in accuracy. Oh, there's a little button right here. Okay. Whoo. 37 hours. 37 hours. That's correct. Close one I got is over 2,000 XCOM 2. 3,700 hours, sir. That close about 150 hours at early access. Nice. Really goes to show how much time and effort went into getting the footage needed to make the content for it. Yep. It's a lot. He left it on the menu for months, I'm sure of it. There were times where it was left on the menu, but a lot of that is definitely planned. I mean, you see how much content I put out. I've got what? I've got hundreds of Pathfinder videos. Let's be frank. Like, it's not just a few. That's only PC. If I had about PS4 hours in, it might be 3K. Oh, you played WoW for roughly 10 years? Yeah, if you could see your hours on that, it'd probably be a similar amount. The materials were encroached on by humans who were egged on by the powers that be. Honestly, I'd remove my embassy to the Citadel too. 800. Come to think of it, I think the rules I did for the Wrath of the Righteous run are going to be perfect BG3. The initiate combat dialogue option means I'm going to have to get it to forced horrible fights so much more often than reasonable. For him, yeah, love the Pathfinder videos. Thank you, Jovi. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed them. All right, so I'm going to get you out to like 60, I guess, just to be safe. And then let's get lore up to around 60. It doesn't need to be that crazy. And then get... Do I really care about dodge? I guess I care about dodge a little bit. I care about dodge a little bit. So we'll have that sum into it. Oh, and then... Whoops, I forgot about subterfuge. I definitely need subterfuge. In fact, let's go like 70. 75 and subterfuge. Now... 80 plus in bowls. I don't remember what bowls was before, but I think this distribution works for me. I think this works, so we'll go ahead and save here. All right, you want to save, change your chase Joker. All unspent experience on modified characters will be distributed evenly among trained skills. Yeah, that's fine with me. There we go. That works. All right, now. That's that part. Let's also go here. Grants a bonus to lore and additional spell slots. I'm good on both of those. Unleash a double target. Let me make sure there's nothing else. So leadership. Party gains 2 quick slots. No. Adds a market effect to thrust. Party gains use of one additional weapon set. It can switch weapons in combat. Yeah, no, I'm not I'm not into this. Spell once per combat. This is defense. Defense from shield. Slam your shield. Yeah, no, I'm good on all that. Sweeping cone if I wanted to. Nope. Nope. So I think we can go all range, frankly. Adds a running effect to the thrust ability. Throw a poison dart at the enemy. Nope. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's just be happy we escaped. Wow. No, if the council, they suck. Down with the council. What you got against the council, boss page? All right. Hobble. Hard shot for sure. Penetrating shot for sure. What's this? Gain a bonus to accuracy when attacking targets that are more than 5 meters. That makes sense. I like bow mastery. I like bow mastery too. Ooh, and we got this last level. What's this? Fan ablaze. Fires projectiles in a large arc, hitting all enemies within a cone. Huh. Ricochet. Grazes and misses with ranged attacks bounce to enemies behind their target. Whoa. Isn't that nice? Critical hits with bow attacks stun targets for a short time is also nice though. Greatly increases weapon damage with bows and allows basic attacks to strike multiple times. How? Plus 15% damage, 9% chance to strike twice, 6% chance to strike 3 times. This is actually pretty freaking nice. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take that. And then this almost basically serves as an interrupt. Replace parry with dodge while defending against melee attacks. Why would parry be preferable? That's interesting. Throw mastery, get a chance to catch and launch them back. I'm straight on that. Explosive missile. Is this thrown? No, it's bows and thrown. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. But no, let's do that. And yeah, we're good. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And now let's do this again. Let's get started and let's retrain Lantry. I think there's anything you can do in Lantry. I can certainly try, Scowls. Perhaps I'll start by breaking his insistence that Tyr's wine is superior to that of the Empire. Okay. They are the most useless group of people I've ever seen. I see bunny rabbits do more. So the power bar so is the power bar a representation of your power, not your physical power, but more your influence? I think so, but I haven't been given any mechanics as of yet that really do anything with that bar, Ektia. And what's going on? Glad you're able to join the stream, dude. Okay, the posing me found son that had a completely different evolutionary path. Have to wake up early tomorrow for a visit to the doctor. Yep, take care, Lennon. Have a good one, man. All right, now, you for sure need lore more than anything else. So I'm gonna do the same for you. I'm gonna give you like 60 dodge. Ooh, or maybe not. If I give you 60 dodge, how much lore am I able to get? Just 66? No, you had like 100 though. Oh, but wait. Here, you needed this. 14, and then let's do that. We don't care about that. Let's do affliction duration plus 12%. That's a nice amount. Now, spell. So wait, spell strength and magic defense. Actually, the firm to challenge resolve is the primary. It also increases the duration of afflictions applied. Does it increase the duration of buffs as well, though? And to apply those afflictions, I probably need accuracy, right? Finesse is used to determine accuracy of attacks and spells. So if he's mostly focused on healing, wait. No, spell strength probably applies not just to damage, but to the strength of the affliction that I'm applying, right? This is just affliction duration, so we need both. You know what? I almost want to, yeah, I'll pull you back down to 8. I don't know where you got that +1 on some item he has. Damn, I hate having a odd score, actually, though. So, you know, we're going to leave it as is. We're going to leave it as is. As much as this pains me. Now, somehow his little, he's going to get a bonus from his little abilities, though. That's why it's only 82. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Last I checked, he was at like, he had more. It's not going to let me save with that? What's the problem? Support experience. Oh, wait. These are considered to be 2 separate sections. So now there has to be some form of combat experience. That's interesting. Dual wield magic staff. Why isn't it giving him... Isn't his quill a thrown weapon? Or maybe it's a melee weapon. Regardless, what he should probably really have is a staff. I should probably just give old boy a staff and stop playing around. Let's check my stats. I have 7,900 hours on League since I got my PC. That's insane. Powers for Act 3. I won't say anything else called spoilers. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. But thank you for the clarification. Break the addiction. Oh, you haven't played the game in forever? Oh, okay, well, that's good at least. I got permaban, never went back. Oh, Sunset, you're toxic, dude? I've been permed at least 7 times for toxicity. Oh, snap. That's crazy. Thrown weapons count as one-handed. Oh, okay. Well, then that explains it. But you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and give him a magic staff anyway. So, yeah, because the magic staff would help more with his magic stuff. So, yeah. We can always respect him again if it turns out I don't like that. All right, he's done that. Now you know what? I should redo you as well. I should redo the whole party. Now that I think about it. So here, we'll get back to that. What is this? Sage? Is this the one I want? Yeah, Sage. Even though I'm not gonna actually use the stuff you provide me with, but here, okay, that's fine. We got this. Improves lore. What does this do? Grants Lantry hit precision and ability to decipher ancient languages. I just feel like I should probably have this. A useful skill for discovering new magics during travel. I guess. Gain a passive bonus to subterfuge and dodge. We're good on that. Okay. Lantry is a party. All party members gain bonus experience for the lore skill and a bonus spell slot. That kind of makes sense. On the stats, Lantry's attacks are imbued with the power of frost and will slow enemies. Yeah, let's give him that. Oh, crap. He still needs more. He's got 5, so he needs one of them, which gain a passive bonus to the subterfuge and dodge. While on this stage, layers attacks drain magical energies from their targets, silencing them and lowering their magic skills. That's interesting. Or power of frost. This applies to works on everybody. This only works on mages, so I guess we'll get this. Additional spell slots. That's freaking cool. Lantry's critical hits with weapons weaken them. We don't care about that. Greatly improves the lore skill. Again, what's this? Lantry orates the party's deeds, inspiring his allies and instilling terror in the hearts of his enemies. Interesting. And we will save there. Huh. I will take it. All right. Now we will go with verse. Let's get started. I'm going to have verse work with you. The foul-mouthed chorus girl. I didn't realize she had training to break. He sighs, takes a deep swig of wine and nods. We shall see what can be done with her. Never been so excited to be a J. Cole fan. You know what, Gafu? When I think it was Jovi who mentioned this last night. When he mentioned it, I was upset. I was like, what the hell is this dude doing? But after thinking about it more, I think he did the right thing. I do. I think he did the right thing. I think he did what was best for himself, for how he sees himself. And at the end of the day, we all have to kind of be true to ourselves, right? So I'm not upset about it anymore. Whereas I was definitely upset about it the first time when it was mentioned. 14. Damn. Um, she needs a lot of stuff. I feel like this should go up a couple of points too. Um, yeah, this I feel like this should probably be. I can't lower any of those. Oh, I hate having 13 on one of my skills. Um, accuracy. Technically, she's not there to. Does she really need a whole lot of quickness? Turns out the character use their abilities and spells in combat, reducing cooldown. But she really doesn't use. She really doesn't use abilities very often. For the most part, she focuses on regular attacks. So she should be able to have that just be regular. What we need is more damage and for her to stay on her damn feet. I couldn't even sleep last night. Almost caught off work. Damn! Come on now, three. That would have been the play, especially as able to throw that in Iowa Day's face. I have no idea what J. Cole is. Very popular rapper, Cosmic. Get something like your primal needs. Who's true to himself, return this peace of mind like Slander said. It's only fair. Yeah. Yeah. I'll never not be a J. Cole fan, but if he ever says some shit like I'm the best rapper on earth again, I would feel some kind of way. There's a difference between rapper and battle rapper, right? He's saying I'm the best rapper. I believe he can still say that. He just, can there's just other things he can't say the way he used to. It's all right. Why does this feel so like such a paltry amount that I have? I had 60 here before. She really does need a ton of dodge. This is not gonna work. I need, even though she's supposed to be the one. Oh, you know what? She has other things that like give her a bunch of dodge, I think, but I'm gonna still increase that. And then two hand. Does she need dual wield and two-handed? Oh wait, no, she doesn't need two-handed weapons. Turn that off. She is strictly about the dual wielding. She does not need parry. She needs all of this and that, and okay, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. And then use your skirmisher and your duelist, right? Because I need this, and I need while superior to parry, use dodge skill to avoid incoming attacks, and then gain a bonus to dodge. Yep. So then get that. Yep. And then what's this? Attacks made with arrows, hobbled prey. So yeah, waste that, then take that. Now we got that, and when an enemy strikes first, she gains a passive bonus to dodge and parry until combat ends. After a kill, she strikes twice. Verse taunts. Yeah, so know your enemy. We'll take that. And then we don't have any choice but to take this because she needs another level. Increases weapon damage while dual wielding. That would be nice. Switch positions. First world, counterattack enemies that miss her in combat, but she must be wielding a weapon. So your target's feet, knocking them prone. They follow downwards for strikes from each weapon. Yeah, that'd be nice, but do I want to counterattack? Wait, you have to have know your enemy and lethal opening in order to be able to do this. That's interesting. First will counterattack enemies that miss her in melee combat or increase her damage. But the damage hasn't been the problem. It's been the rank that's been the problem. So you know what? Let's take counterattack. I think that makes a little more sense. It should help her a little bit more. And then finally, let's get started. Retrain Seren. I apologize in advance, but I need you to take on the responsibility of tutoring the Archon of Song. Shit. From my understanding, Archon Seren has had a complicated relationship with her past tutors. She understands that this is entirely at your behest, I hope. Slandered. I have made it to Radric's Hold in Pillars of Eternity. Whoa, tough fights coming up for sure. Have fun. I think Respected right now is bad. New Game Plus allows you to hit level 99. What game are you talking about, Lori? After a time, certainly some of these men and women attain such skill. Was 30s with 4 to 5 New Game Plus. Kid, what's going on, man? How are you? I wouldn't say it's. I think it's got probably more story and dialogue context than Icewind Dale. But yeah, the overall look is very much so one of those isometric CRPGs that you know that I love. I didn't even know Tyranny had a New Game Plus. What? Okay. Yeah, she needs might. She definitely... Does she need ability cooldown? Not really. Because I only have her using one ability, so it doesn't matter. She's just going to use regular attacks. Spell strength. Yeah, she needs spell... Is what she does considered a spell? That's another excellent question. Endurance, magic defense, and she definitely is going to need accuracy, right? I don't think she needs ability strength. She could use a magic staff, but I think I'm going to take her into two-handed instead. Put her right up front. Can't hand out power to any and everyone. Oh, not Tyranny. Wow, okay. Definitely has that look. Absolutely, I agree. I'm doing good right now. I've got a tough next 2 days of work that I'm dreading, but I'm still working, I guess. Yeah, I'm dreading that next week, dude. We're doing a major billing system release, and I'm supposed to lead it from an incident management standpoint, and not looking forward to it, to say the least, but we will see how it goes. 60, I guess. And I want some lore. Does she really need... Does it make sense for her to have lore? Not really. I'm not really going to go crazy with her spells. I'm going to let her just do her thing. That's what I would prefer to do. Let's see how this works. Oh, I could give her some parry, though. Melee attacks and spells. Higher skill ranks will reduce damage from enemy attacks and may lead them to miss altogether. Turtles carries ability to perform powerful songs and infuse magic to their music. Higher skill values increase the chance of hits and crits, increasing the powerful song stanzas. Oh, okay. I'm putting all my points into there then. My bad. All right, but no, you don't need dodge, and you don't need lore. I'll take some parry and take that, and then do that. How is family? We're doing well, kid. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. The Nordic line game looks sick as shit. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm really hoping it's going to be as good as it looks. Yes, once you beat it, you can New Game Plus with that character and get to bring over 2 artifacts and 2 slots for the Wrath and Favor abilities you unlock. That's crazy. I didn't know that. So disappointed in Alcat that they didn't bring in the Low Templar. I think you mentioned that last stream. What is Low Templar? I just got to the Turin Moon. I love how combat heavy Mass Effect 3 is compared to the other two. Yep, it is. There's a lot more combat in it, for sure. And plus, you do with that character, you can unlock up to 9 artifact equipment slots. Damn, okay. That is actually pretty cool. All right, save here, save, and now this. We're definitely still going with war, so I'll choose this. Yeah, we definitely want to speed of this. Increase the speed of her songs. It causes her to move through each stanza more quickly. I'll take that. Maintains a damage prevention shield. Definitely need that. Definitely need more breath at the start of combat. Definitely still need my shield. What is this? Seren learns to precisely channel her voice toward nearby enemies, gaining an accuracy bonus to her offensive songs. I don't think they've had a problem hitting, though. Those calling Seren's attack take arcane damage and are interrupted. Definitely love interrupting them. Again, definitely want to make sure that she gets as many breaths as possible to start out. Seren bombards enemies with a cacophony of tormenting notes those that fail to resist are confused. Oh, and this only requires 5 breaths, right? So I put myself in a position. So, yeah, this calls 9. When she's defeated, her final breath unleashes a potent wave of vengeful emotion. All enemies nearby become weakened, dazed, and frightened. That's interesting. I think we'll go with this and hope she gets another level up soon. Okay, and now magic. 112 for him. That's excellent. Okay, do not give her a heal. She's just not going to do what she's supposed to do with it. So instead, I should give her, she should be able to cast this on herself, frankly. Yep, there we go. Recovery. What is this? Accent that reduces the cooldown of spells. Huh. Sure, I guess. Spectral blur. And wait, actually, and not false pit. We want, there we go, mirror image, and that's 60 exactly. Sure, she'll take that. And then what is this? Even though she can't use this, something else, something crazy. What is sigil? Oh, this is sigil of fire, sigil of emotions. None of that is going to work for her. It's not really going to help her. Oh, what's this about though? Titan's touch gives her a little bit of might and vitality. Plus 30% damage for 20 seconds, like that. 38%, or we can increase the duration, 25 seconds instead of 20 seconds. We'll focus on this. There we go. She can put all those 3 things on herself, and then she's good to go. When do I get to see Morden again? I miss my boy. He's my new favorite character. Yes, he's above Rex. It's not long, Elric. I don't remember where it is in the game, but it's not long for sure. Scroll up through the chat, read my paragraphs I sent. Say like Veneer, they walk a wavering line between heroism and thuggery. The Church of Iomedae constantly struggles to maintain the morals of the Crusaders, but when faced with the raw destruction of a demon host, sometimes the decision to support the lesser of 2 evils is the only real choice that can be made. Huh, interesting. Maybe they'll have them in the next Pathfinder's game. Although I doubt it, since I would prefer that their next Pathfinder's game be Starfinder. And I assume Paladins are not in Starfinder. I think New Arc Line is supposed to release on all systems. But I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to that. Because I just know that it's releasing on PC. Yeah, no problem, Elric. Yeah, Gufu. Morden is fantastic. All right. Okay, so Seren doesn't have any virtually any lore. We'll see how I feel about that over time. Let's see you. Whoa, what is this? Express used to create spells that affect all targets within a circular area. Plus 10% maximum health. Removes a random hostile effect. And Allies in the area. So it will only affect allies. That's crazy. Removes 10% plus. I don't know if we need that. Vital body. What's this? Enchanted target with a long-lasting regenerative effect. Healing aura. Okay, here. Let's start with this. We definitely know we want this. Whoa. Oh, we can get up to 6 meters now? That's kind of crazy. And then make it so that it recovers faster. And we don't need accuracy. What is this? Oh, we can get it out even faster. Oh, what's this? Sigil of Strength. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. His powers. This dude is finna be wild. This dude is finna be absolutely insane. Area of effect. Oh, he could actually hit multiple people with it. So, yeah, in fact, no, this is already 8 meters. That's more than enough. He doesn't need accuracy for it, but he does need for it to come out as quickly as possible. But that's not possible right now. Ooh, enchantment sigil. Accent that causes distant impact spells to travel through their targets in a piercing line. Interesting. All right. There's that. Vital body. Enchant the target with a long-lasting regenerative effect. You know what? Why not? Let's just go crazy with it. There you go. Every 3 seconds for 45 seconds. You know what? He can put that on her at the beginning of every fight. Now, let's get back to these that I was putting on. What's this? Spectral blur. No, it wasn't this. It was where was that crap? Sigil of Force, emotions. Was it this? False pit. There we go. Okay. Full area of effect. Was this the cone? No. Range of 8 meters. Okay, cool. This is the one that was knocking them down. And if I knock you down, the only thing that's weird to me is how low the Unravel Minds, Daze, Stun. This was the cone, but I really liked it though. Oh, you can make the cone larger, but still, what does this do? Allows accent that allows spells to interrupt. Interesting. That's the mirror image. Don't need that. Mischievous Mask. Oh, you know what else he needs? He definitely needs okay. It's gonna be a minute. They're specifically for the World Wound. Okay. Also, you really don't want to start fighting a game. Right. Or why not? You really don't. The lore is great. Fantastic. Chef's kiss. The mechanics, that's something. Yeah, no. But I know I can depend upon Outcat to just get that taken care of. Not worried about that at all. Here we go. Haste. That's what I wanted. Haste. Let's increase that duration. 85%. What does this do again? That's it. That causes guarded foreign spells to reduce the damage a target takes from critical strikes. That's interesting. And we don't need more accuracy. Oh, you could do area of effect. That's interesting, but no. Yep, that's about as good as it's going to get. So, yep, put that in there. Fine. And in fact, if we take all that off, he can give haste to himself. So let's put that in that slot. And then I know I want you to be able to heal yourself. And here, we'll do this. 50, yep. 60, there we go. Actually, hold on. Ooh, does that mean, nope. Won't let me do both. Assign, cool. Okay. Now, Plains Touch. This damage, this additional damage, that's actually pretty nice. You should probably have that. And then what was this? Touch of that. Oh, that's the one. Rooted, negative armor, none of. Weakened affliction and silenced affliction. That's actually interesting, but still no. Someone was telling me that the sigil of fire is actually really interesting. What's a game without fireball? Releasing on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series consoles. So I would definitely pick it up. Magic versus technology and nature versus technology are some of my favorite themes. Nice. I'd like Outcat to make a Starfinder game once QE drops. Is there supposed to be a time frame for that? I'm so happy more CRPGs are releasing on consoles. Also, tomorrow's the 10th for AUS and NZ, so hopefully Broken Roads will be out for us. Broken Roads comes out Wednesday. Yep, do that. We might do that. We can make it a 30-meter radius. What is this? Oh, I like the idea of an interrupt. Can I give it fire and ice? That's asking for a lot. Frozen and mage fire affliction. A fireball that does fire. Wait, that does accent that greatly increases the damage of spells but harms you. Oh no, I'm good on that. Thanks, but no thanks. But we could do that. But if I made a fire and ice, it's a little bit out of his, a little bit too rich for him, unfortunately. Oh, you know what? It probably does need extra accuracy, so we'll put this on it. There we go. Fireball. Now, what's the rest of these? Flash fire. This has an interrupt and it's a cone. I don't like the cone ones. It always feels like it's not doing enough. Mantle of Flames. Allied air effect. No, we'll get on that. Ignite brand. Plus 20% fire damage on hit. Oh, he could put that on Verse, or he could put it on him actually. That's a thought. There's the flame or arid lance, full area of effect, fatigued. You know what? I like the ignite, being able to do the ignite brand. What's this? An accent that uses fire and brimstone to cause material force spells to damage foes in a line. On weapon crit. Interesting. Asleep. Parry and dodge reduced by 50. Remove when damaged. Well, what's that doing for me? Aura of fear. Frighten. Pulse rate. Air effect versus will. Ooh. I actually like this. Hold on. I actually like this. Duration. Range. Actually, it will need more accuracy. So we'll take the duration off. It's alright. It's already at 30 seconds anyway. So yeah, assign that for sure. What else you got? What else does this do? Wave of Despair, Fatigue. Taunting, I don't like taunting. Yeah, the rest of that is not working for me. Let's get back to Illusion because I feel like I was missing something for that. Mischievous Mask. This is the one that I liked, right? Because Frighten and Confuse. Frighten is very powerful. Let's reduce that. Let's make sure that it actually hits. And let's get some more range on it as well. Can we do that? No, I can't. Oh, interrupt. I actually really like the idea of being able to interrupt with this. With that, unfortunately here. Actually, I got so many spells, I don't mind not having a cooldown on that one. We can let that go. Mirror Image, we already talked about. Unravel Minds, that's a cone. I don't want it. False Pit. I don't think we got False Pit. You know what? And we can go crazy with leveling this up. Make sure that it can interrupt. What's this? That calls Terrorists and Illusion spells to leave the target in stasis. We don't want a stasis. Nope. But we do want more accuracy. So can we do that instead? There we go. Bam. Now he's got a whole wealth of powers that he can play around with. Very nice. Very, very nice. And you, as your last little power, Mirror Image, that's a 60. What is... Nope, he can't do any of these, right? Wait, what's this? Yep, nope, can't do that, so fine. Bam. All right. Very good. Very, very good. Tomorrow's Wednesday for Australia and New Zealand. Oh. Oh, they get it early. Got you. My bad. The closest to a Paladin Starfighter is the Mystic. Okay. And that's if you pick a very specific connection. Any amount of times though, so I can play Hogwarts Legacy a day early. Wow. Talking can be good on verse if you can get enough lore on her for it. For those enemies that just ignore her and beeline for your mages. But the thing is, I feel like there's no way for me to set her AI where she automatically does it on enemies. But you know what? If I notice them leaving, that might be something I want for. So let's see. She's got spectral blur. She's got mirror image. And she's got the one for Surge of Glory. Here, hold on. What is the taunt in range? Taunting Jest. Oh, it only requires 30. And it's a full area of effect. Oh, you know what? That's actually not bad. Jason, what's going on, man? I couldn't wait to get on so I can see some Tyranny gameplay. Glad you're enjoying it, dude. I'm an Xbox player, but love the channel and the laid back vibes. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Glad you've been enjoying the channel, dude. Hope you've been able to find some great games on Xbox. Let's see. He's got mirror image, so we can let him cast mirror image. You can get rid of spectral blur and use this instead. What does this do? Raw damage? I don't care about the raw damage. Ooh, duration. Here we go. I care about you know, I don't even care about duration because I just need you to come over. I would like it to be there we go. Area of effect. That might be nice. Interrupt could be nice as well. Plus 25 lore. That's not happening. Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, we'll do that. All right. And then, we don't need to talk to any of the people, so we'll go ahead and rest. Rest for 8 hours. Hogwarts Legacy. What I would give to refund that game. Damn! Why didn't you like Hogwarts? He said not a chance. Damn. Oh, wait a minute. We got to look at our inventory now. So we're definitely keeping this. Heavy bronze. Yep. Recovery. Why does it say less deflection? Oh, but more armor, and we don't need disengagement and defense because we're not going to be disengaging. Give her that. Give her this.
Power. Let's put it to use.
Yep, for sure we'll be putting it to use, young lady. Superior, we'll give you that. Here, we're going to put all this stuff here just in case I decide, you know what, we're going to have to roll all this back. But hopefully that won't be necessary. Is this heavy armor? Yep, this is heavy armor. There we go. Take those cloth bracers. Let's take those off. And then she's got these two things. We'll see how that works out. Charred and kindling. Charred. Plus 10 armor. Fire. Stolen. On weapon crit. Foe target versus parry. Burning. Censor's grip. What do you have right now? Fate binders of Tunnin gloves. And these. So wait a minute. No, this is what I was looking at. There we go. Less deflection, less precision, less unarmed DPS, more recovery. Censor's grip, Fate binder of Tunnin gloves. Even though the stats are better on this other one, I still like this a little bit more. We'll keep this around just in case, but I think I like this more. And then, how's this for you? 18, it's basically the same thing, so nothing to write home about. How's this for you? Sigil of Fire, plus 10 control fire. We'll take that. Very, very nice for your fireball. And you. Immunity to poison, no. Plus 2 resolve, no. The silent. Oh, this is an actual accessory I can equip. Plus 10 trap detection. That's interesting. What's this? Plus 10 subterfuge. And what's this one? Plus 1 quickness. What do you have? Plus 1 vitality. And then what's the other one? More control fire. You know what? I guess it's fitting that the library would be with you. Why not? Okay. Uncle staff. Yeah, let's put all this stuff over here so there's a clear understanding of what it all is. All this stuff out the way. Excellent. Now, this is the armor. Nothing else I need for armor. Great bow. What's the deal with this? Pales in comparison to what I already have. This stuff doesn't help me. Staff of our. Oh, you know what? I talked about giving him a staff of the staff. Distortion. Passive. This doesn't really probably help him, but you know what? I'm just going to throw it on you anyway, buddy. Why not have an artifact? All right, now, what about this stuff? What does this do? Sigil of control, lightning. None of us use lightning. Control emotions. There's one control emotions, but nothing we would specialize in. Ooh, only Lantry can equip this. Plus 10 lore, plus 10% will defense. I should have looked at that freaking thing before I before I should have looked at my potential accessories before I went through all my magic stuff, but it's fine. We'll take off the control fire thing for now. All right, Animo playthrough started. Nice. Be Luby rule. Betray whenever I get a dialogue option. Accept. Every challenge respond with immediate aggression. Every threat use halberds. Nice. You're not going to let go of J. Cole fan, are you, 3? In the RPG series of the Wolf, the Ranger clan is pretty much a nature paladin with skills like healing prayer, called Protect and Taunt. Nice. And a shield skill invincible. It's too early for me to go to bed, but I have a long day tomorrow. Yep, no problem. Take care, kid. Have a good one. While the 100 class hides in shadows, which boosts the potency of other skills like double attack, critical hit, and bandage. All right. I think this is as good as it's going to get. So we can go ahead and move forward. Let me talk to you. Show me what you have for sale. Take this. Yep. What is this? That's quest stuff. We can get rid of all this. We can get rid of all this. Sigil lightning we might keep around. We know we don't want that. What's form again? Well, plus 1 vitality. That's not something we need. And then we can get rid of that. Oh, and then trade. Excellent. All right, now we need to go to the other one. So let's go world map here. Go to the other Sunset Spire. And let's see if we can upgrade versus weapons. So she can stop missing every time she tries to attack somebody. And also, what's my weapon looking like? Okay, so my weapon is superior. Very nice. Her weapons are fine. Right. No problem. I wonder, do I also need to upgrade her armor? But her armor isn't really what helps her. It's dodge that helps her, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, can I upgrade you? Forge recruits needed 1, and you successfully upgraded. Excellent. Now, in order to upgrade to exquisite, I would need 3. Okay, fine. So upgrade that. All right. So we need 3 forge recruits, and it'd be 34 rings, 4 of the bronze things. We have enough bronze to be able to get her weapons where we want them to be. Select a weapon or armor. Interesting. No, I'm absolutely not going to let it go. Are you going to even betray companions, Cosmic? Oh, wow. You're going all the way with it. At that point, man, you might as well just roll solo. I agree, Abandonment. That's what it seems like. It definitely seems like a solo run. Okay, so 3 is definitely going to be required. Cool. I'm not married to any of the weapons or the armor that I have right now, to be honest with you. And a lot of this stuff is superior anyway, so it should be good at this point in time. Superior. The boots are, what's this? 20. And a couple of these. You know what? Just to be sure we're giving her the best possibility that she's going to stay on her feet. Give her that. This is already exquisite, right? Yep. Okay. This is working out well. Superior, the rest of this stuff, but his armor isn't really what's going to help him. This is exquisite, right? That's exquisite. Okay, I think, oh, he's only got a common headpiece. He needs help there. He needs better vest too. All right, so I can use some better light armor for you, but other than that, we're good. Oh, you're supposed to be crafting some stuff for him. Have you completed forging an item for me? The work is slow with only a single recruit, but we can still get things done. Oh, okay. I need more recruits. Take all. I need more recruits. Now, this is where I am right now, correct? I am at Lethian's Crossing. Okay. A smith who provides iron ingots. A merchant who, let's see. A smith who provides bronze ingots to upgrade weapons and armor. And forge. Oh, I already purchased him. Okay. A smith who provides iron ingots. Merchant. So you all said it doesn't have to be a smith, right? Anybody who's standing here will be able to help. So I do need somebody who specializes in light armor. My guy needs some more armor. And metal armor I'm not worried about. Who provides iron ingots? Technically, I'm not worried about iron ingots. So I'll let that guy go. Specializes in unique weapons, I guess. Protege, what's going on, man? How are you? Nah, I'm gonna at least try to keep people around. But the rules say I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Being a vampire could just absolutely ruin your playthrough in Oblivion. Really? More than I should have at one of these guild quests. So trying to let you the captain of the guard. I don't know if it's just me, but I keep getting a random third attack on my paladin in Baldur's Gate 3. You have no idea why abandonment? Okay, merchants specialize in unique weapons. Maybe. You know what? No. We want the people who are going to provide stuff to us because we know for sure those are the ones who are going to be able to help. So in fact, you, merchant, motley collection of 1, 2, 3 teaches. Who teaches two-handed weapons. You know what? We should hire you for, what's her name? Regularly takes food. A swindler who's able to acquire valuable items left unattended. Interesting. Skilled trainer for all the rest of that stuff. Nope, we're good. Okay, now, what is this again? Oh, yeah, this is the edicts that I've dealt with. No active edicts, no active edicts. Okay, and power 875. We still don't know what that means yet, but that'll come later in time. What's the reputation? Oh, staff of hours. I've already got this power. What is this? Dramatically slow enemies in a targeted area. These effects scale with the staff of hours renown. So it could be more than 70%. That's kind of crazy. We got the banner here. Shielded for 60 seconds. Paralyzed affliction. That's pretty awesome as well. And negative 6 armor all stolen. And it's a strong interrupt. Okay. That actually works quite well. Travel to Merchant Crossing. Okay. I think we are ready to go ahead and move forward. I think all of our stuff is just about as strong as it's going to get for right now. And in fact, we might come back after we get through with a couple of things. So first, let's go back to Bastard City and see if any of the Fatebinders want to talk with us. those who don't, just might be the best quest I've ever played in the game. At least top 3. The Who Done It quest. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going back to sleep. Take care, Boss Page. Have a good night, dude. Received a missive from Fatebinder Rogalis. Nice. Do my brother curious. What build are you rocking? My main guy is focused on bows, and he also has a subterfuge, so that's basically lockpicking. And then for Seren, I'm rocking her with the heavy armor and two-handed weapon. This is the first time I'm doing that with her, so I'm not sure if it actually works, but she's basically got like a chanter setup, so I think it will. And then for Lantry, he's focused on healing and support. And then finally, Verse is focused on tanking and shredding all the enemies that are around her. Paladin 5, Bard 1. I shouldn't be getting a 3rd attack. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Forger. So this one dude is giving the guild hell in one city, gets moved on another city and starts being an issue. Which really recommends Stuart's cousin get the forgery done. The last part has you turn in their recommendation yourself. Ooh, cousin goes, go to my steward for a tip. The steward is so unhappy. That's awesome. My dear Fatebinder, it's a poorly kept secret that Blending Mark's job is more about killing threats before they become a problem. Official executions are really the minority of his duties. As I understand it, Kairos has long used Blending Mark as a preventative measure. Since he can move about the world rather freely and he can evade all but the most absurd powers, he's the perfect predator to send against wild talents. I'm sure few in the tiers have ever actively wondered why there have been seemingly so few Archons born this far west. I'm sure folks with the potential to be Archons have occurred in the tiers time and time again, but they're usually cut down by Mark before the world hears of them. It's likely safe to assume Bled Mark has his eye on you and has orders to use his own judgment as to when to strike. I've known the old man for ages, and I'd strongly encourage not to try to appeal to him with overt displays of loyalty. He has no stomach for sycophants. I sincerely believe he thinks every human being is a selfish, twisted knave, and there are those who are lying about it and those that accept what they are. No third type exists. So yes, I do think Blending Mark will one day have to come for you. As I said, you could always hide or end your life now, but where you're headed, conflict is likely inevitable. Myothis. And it gives me no option to reply to her. You fool! The archive was a repository like no other. It contained the collected scholarship of centuries. It should have been studied and examined by those well-versed in what lore has been restricted and what must be preserved, not burned and whole like so much dung to the fuel of the morning fire. You disappoint me, Joker. You disappoint Terratus, and you disappoint the future. Damn. I wonder if that was a mistake. You seem so passionate about it. All right. Does Gledden have anything to say? How about a little breathing room, kid? And you got anything new to say? Fatebinder, we have nothing further to discuss. Whoa. What's going on here? You we want to speak with the lady and his honor. The circumstances were, well, it was madness, Your Honor. No one could be expected to act in a rational way. What group are you with? Oh, you're with Tunin, Fatebinder, Furia. No, perhaps I expect too much of my servants. Is that it? No, Your Honor, but if you hear my testimony, I think you'll understand. I see a better alternative has presented itself. Fatebinder, will you audience this case in my stead? I'm curious what manner of conclusions you draw. I am ready to hear the case. Excellent. The testimony will begin. I'm afraid it's a sensitive matter. I was away from the city seeing the military camp when I discovered 2 Scarlet Corps soldiers. She clears her throat and holds her posture firm, defiling a woman. Ooh! A local from the tiers. Yes, and I understand that it's a common enough occurrence in that army, but I couldn't stand for it. I was brought up to know better. She looks at Tunin. I was taught to be better. What happened next? I fought the recruits. They fought back, but in the end, my skills won out. After they were both dead, I let the poor woman go. Their gang boss witnessed everything, though he didn't intervene until it was all done. I was trussed up and brought back to court in a wagon, where you find me now. And what fine company you made on the journey over. Ooh, the gang boss spread his lips open in a toothy grin. The defendant is charged with the murder of subjects who are owed the protection of Kairos' law. Fatebinder, I assume you wish to cross-examine? This is kind of crazy. Ended up buying Tyranny last night. Looking forward to playing it soon. That's awesome, Protege. Hope you enjoy it, dude. You can bet I freaking swaggered over there with a big huge grin on my face. It's impossible in Oblivion, but you can bet that's how I would have done it if it were possible. Nice. So I finished Dragon's Dogma 2, and man, it's up there with my favorite games. It's currently Game of the Year. Whoa! I'm already on a new one. So then I take it the ending didn't bother you, Elric? Because I know it bothered some other people. To tune in. Why is it the victim of assault a matter of concern? She was a denizen of the Tears. She has no right under Kairos' law. This is a simple murder trial, and the defendant stands before you. I will caution against burdening yourself with extraneous variables. The gang boss didn't intervene at all? If my recruits couldn't defend themselves against a glorified clerk, then their lives were forfeit as far as I was concerned. Good riddance. I'm still happy to get the satisfaction out of the matter. The law is the law. All he did was joke about how the court would be merciless, laughed all the way to the Bastard City, didn't seem particularly bent out of shape over his lost men. That sounds about right. Wow. Did you speak with the Tears woman? Only briefly. She thanked me before fleeing. I didn't want to keep her. She'd suffered enough at the hands of those soldiers. You don't think she said anything about wishing to join the army? Oh, I'm trying to help her out. Oh, snap. Okay, yeah. She wants to join the army? She glances at you with frank curiosity. The army? Not that I... Thinking, she frowns. Oh, can I guide the witness without Tunnen knowing? Will the game let me do that? Let's see. Guide the witness. And she definitely wasn't in the area for that very purpose. Her eyes widen as she realizes your intent. The Fatebinder nods. That's right. She only mentioned it in passing, but she told me that she was attempting to make contact with the Scarlet Corps. You know, to join them. That was when the soldiers attacked. I hope this has a point, Fatebinder. Do you regret your actions? She frowns in thought. No. If our positions were reversed, I would have wanted someone to step in on my behalf. Kairos' law be damned. Oh! Why would you say that? She a dum-dum, isn't she? She glances up at Tanan with momentary unease. Suppose I should keep my distance from the Scarlet Corps in the future. I might not be able to restrain myself if I saw it happening again. I am ready to give my ruling. Very good. Present the verdict and let us be done with this unpleasant affair. If the woman intended to join the Scarlet Corps, she was protected under Kairos' law. Your actions were just. I knew it. She delivers a bow of gratitude, holding your eye contact the whole time. Thank you for hearing my case. Fatebinder Furia. You have ducked Kairos' punishment with a technicality. Be more mindful of your delicate position in the future. Your grasp of Kairos' laws troubles me. It reeks of independent thoughts, honey beyond the principal walls of my court. And it is your ruling. Dismissed. Well, we can't have that. Joker is supremely focused on gaining Tunan's favor. I tried, though, y'all. I tried. Nope, I loved it. I won't say what it is, but if you play DD1, you understand how huge it was for our pawn. Oh, nice. Okay. Would have charged her for letting those two off too easily. Honestly, a little wrath with Tunnen is probably a good thing. Possibly, but I've never gotten full favor with them, so I'm curious what the game ends like in that situation. I'm ready to hear the case. What happened next? And did an interview. Did you speak? He was definitely there. Do you regret your actions? I'm ready. This is a clear-cut murder of protected subjects. Guilty. I understand your position. I hope that you are never placed in mine. Oof. Come along. Ooh, they're gonna cut off her head? It's the headman's axe for you. An exacting and literal execution of the law as I could ever give. Thank you for your attention to the case. Dismissed. Wait a minute. I don't even get favor from him for that? Okay, you know what? Now I want to know what's the third one. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess we're going through all the options right here. We're doing it live. Because now I want to know, hey, it got out of hand. It's okay. That's probably Rav too, to be honest with you, but let's see. Now we might have to go ahead and take some Rav, because if there's no favor to be gained, I'm going to just take the Rav. I'm not interested in assisting with her getting her head cut off. I'm ready. What happened next? Fights get out of hand all the time. The Fatebinder's intent was pure. She's innocent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, no wrath. I'm certain that the servants of Kairos would interpret the matter differently, were they alive to speak in their defense. Since yours is the only ruling voice, the court bows to your judgment. Fascinating. No wrath, no favor, but she lives, I'll take it. The Scarlet Courts don't even complain. You would think they'd be like, why'd you deny our fun? I really like dealing with the legal cases in the game. I do too, Sloan. I think they're fantastic. Excuse me, I execute her by Spartacus for my spy. We're doing live. We're doing it live. All right, you got anything more to say? We speak again. So let us speak genuinely and at length with one another. Now, of what matter would you have us discuss? The Fatebinder rubs his fingers along the edge of his jaw, regarding you with interest. Come, let us speak freely. You got nothing to say. Oh, what can I... You wrote that you could illuminate the darker corners of Terratus. She glances at your cadre. In a private missive, yes, there are things I won't discuss within the hearing of outside ears. Address your followers. I need to speak to the Fatebinder, privately. I suppose not every conversation need be recorded. The sage shuffles away. Siren rolls her eyes, as if I had any interest at all in this gossip. Pardon me while I find an actual conversation to engage in, perhaps on the inadequacies of the livery in which the adjudicator garbs his puffed-up gestures. Damn! She stalks off. Suit yourself. She moves lightly away, footsteps soundless on the marble floor. A sly smile dimples her left cheek. I confess to no small amount of curiosity. I peek into my share of shadows, and sometimes I scrounge up a secret. What excites your interest? I wonder if you'll let me ask about all of it. Let's see. I'd like to discuss the Archon and their forces. Entirely understandable given the circumstances. How can I enlighten you? Why do the Archons have such unusual names? Is yours so typical? She asks, palms offered, followed by a shrug. Tunin claims that his name has always been Tunin, much as he expects us to carry out our service without resorting to sobriquets or pseudonyms. Our Archon of War was only Ash before Kairos added the Graven. And Cairn, she lapses into a momentary considered silence. I've always suspected that was the Overlord's private joke. She shakes her head as if rattling the idea free. Suffice it to say, when you've drawn that much attention, you're called what the Overlord calls you. That's enough about the Archons. What next then, my curious friend? I want to ask you about the rest of Terratus. I've done more than a little traveling in my role as Tunin's agent. What would you know? Do you know any legends from the rest of Terratus? The Fatebinder frowns. Has your enjoyment of the game improved or fell off the later you've gotten into Tyranny? Interesting. That's a good question. I like Act 1 more than I like Act 2, but I wouldn't say my enjoyment has really fallen off. It's just that I think in Act 2, the game starts feeling a little more incomplete. Whereas I don't think I felt it as much in Act 1, but I'm still having a great time with it. Your intendant hates if you mess with the law for your favor. That makes sense. More angry with you for trying to trick him. I know Lieutenant managed Arnicus Pass. I never finished it after I devolved into murder hobo territory later on. I would assume he would matter because I would assume there's got to be a way you could bring him over to your side, but we'll see. Hate me so much. I think while I have tendencies toward chaos, when you get down to the bottom of it, I'm very much lawful evil and wrap the law to my favor. Follow the letter, not the spirit. Whoa, 47 hours? That's awesome, Sunset. Happy to be of service. That could be a dangerous question, Joker. If you're asking after stories of Archon's great warriors or those who have defied the Overlord, I direct you to Rogalis or Archon Tunin, maybe even the voices of Narad if you can stomach the company. Or I'm sure your pet sage would be happy to enlighten you. I can't imagine why else you might shelter him, if not for his historical commentary. But if you seek the superstitious drivel that kingdoms tend to cling to before the Overlord comes to sweep it away in favor of order and reason, well, Kairos forbids the knowledge for a reason. I recommend against the pursuit of folklore on general principle. Enough about Terratus. I thought you might have an interesting take on matters arcane. And you came to me? She chuckles. Don't let the fate binder of lore know. He'll never forgive you. What answers do you seek? What do you know about sigils and their castings? I'm a practical magician, not a theorist. If you're looking for the whys of magic, I direct you to Rogalis. You know, I'm sure that sigils are derived from the personal marks of the Archons. My understanding is that it goes a bit deeper than that there's something of a question about whether the Archons are stamping their will indelibly on Terratus or unearthing some hitherto unknown aspect of magic and giving shape to it. It's one of those questions that serve little pragmatic purpose. Some Archons, like occulted Jade of the Tidecasters, teach their sigils to path to followers, building a group of supporters. Other times, as in the case of Siren, the sigil is developed by those studying the Archon's works. In many cases, Archon Cairns, for instance, it's a little of both. Most guilds guard their secrets closely, but secrets have a way of slipping free. The oldest sigils can be uncovered by those who know where to look, hidden within scrolls, squirreled away in libraries, or even at the larger markets. Why have we not been taught the sigils of Tunin or Bled and Mark? Notice that, did you? She grins. I wouldn't presume to speculate on the Archon's motives, nor would I encourage you to. Quite the opposite, in fact. She taps her lip. It's probably for the best, honestly. The Court of Fate binders elicit enough fear among the citizenry and envy among the Archons as is. More power could very well make our work more difficult rather than less. Do you know anything of the movement of the celestial spear? She tucks a strand of hair behind her right ear. I'm no astrologist, but I have the basics. There are the stars, which seem set in the firmament to the eye, yet shift with the seasons. They serve as a constant source of superstition among those who have yet to come under the Overlord's rule. They speak of the constellations as ascended archons and mythic monsters. She grins. All very illegal. The Overlord has dictated the proper names for the asterisms, and the correct method in which to interpret their movements. Terratus' grave, of course, dominates the night sky, locked in place above us as interlopers slip silently from horizon to horizon each night. But everyone knows about them. A Tidecaster might be able to tell you more, one willing to speak openly. Act 2 is pretty on rails depending on what group you align with. Anarchist is perhaps a little more open. Yep, I feel the openness, especially compared to my last playthrough of this. Anarchist goes on rail later on from what I've experienced. There's a few situations where you can't side with anyone because you slaughtered the Vendrian Guard and the two of Kairos' armies. Looking forward to it. Nice. The vampirism is so bad I'm going to have to delete my whole Thief playthrough. What? Why? What's the problem? Other phenomena exist, of course, matters less well understood. The comets, planets, and auroras, she shrugs, all beautiful and silent, useful in navigation and time measurement and for the pale light they provide, but very little else. That's all of my questions about the arcane for now. I'd like to pick your brain regarding lore historical. I can't claim to be a greater expert than Fatebinder Rogalis, but I'll happily offer my perspective. Is there anything you could tell me about the sages? Fatebinder Rogalis audibly harumphs before turning his back on the conversation. She chuckles. Besides the obvious antipathy that our compatriot holds for them, the School of Ink and Quill were an interesting bunch, not wildly different from our own order, in my opinion. Like us, they observe and study, seek knowledge and arcane power, and cultivate some of the less obvious skills that aid in those endeavors. Sages are often known as well how to pick a lock or slip undetected through a manner as they know how to craft a missive or weave a cantrip. Had they not been so fucking selfish and short-sighted, they might have made admirable allies to our cause. A sigh escapes her. The School of Ink and Quill were but the last of the guilds, or schools, as the Tearsmen called their guilds, dedicated to recording their own little histories. Over the centuries, these local historians each met the advance of the Overlord. Some joined us, others perished. All now know Kairos' history. How do missives work exactly? Someone writes letters on a page, someone else reads them, information passes between them. She smirks. Clever. Thank you, she bows. I try to keep my tongue sharp. If you're asking how missives get from one place to another, the short answer is a combination of birds and couriers. Many cities and strongholds keep an aviary, along with birds trained to ferry messages between specific locations. I don't know the details of that training, though I understand it is very rewarding. She smiles. Maybe something to take up if I live long enough to retire. Surely birds can't get everywhere. When birds won't do, either because the recipient has no aviary or is on the road at the lines, couriers run the missives from the nearest aviary to the convoy's intended recipient. This is all assuming missives that aren't overly sensitive. Some missives must be hand-delivered by trusted agents, something I've been tasked with more than once. Early in the conquest of the Tears, the sages were tapped for similar duties. The sages and some of the other magical guilds use birds specially prepared with rituals that allow them to find the intended recipient of a missive regardless of where they are in the tiers. Ooh, isn't that handy? All of this, though, is specific to this corner of the world. Have you ever met Fatebinder Myotis? She laughs. That old loon? Her eyes flicker to Tunin, then to Rogalis, and finally settle back on you. Sure, she's read an edict, maybe two in her time. Left her a bit rattled, I think. She's largely retired from active service, resting on accomplishments past while ensconced in the wealth that one can accrue as an agent of the court. Guess I half assumed she died already. She was dispensing justice back in the last conquest, so she must be over 100 by now. She slips into silence, considering. That's quite enough history for the moment. I hoped I might get your perspective on the Overlord. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere to feed, to heighten up my resistance to the sun damage, because my sun damage is so bad. Every time I try to fast travel somewhere, time moves forward, and then the sun is up and immediately kills me. So why can't you just walk to where you need to go? A dangerous interest. What questions plague you? What exactly is an edict? How is it that we can issue one for the Overlord? You've issued and broken them yourself. You felt that power. What do you think it was? It felt as if I was a key unlocking a spell that was already in place. So you were just the final step of the incantation? She taps her chin with long, thin fingers. Have you noticed any lingering effects? Conquest. Sometimes I catch this whiff of brimstone, and I'm pretty sure it's me. She nods, scrutinizing your features, but says nothing in response. What edicts have you read? Most recently, the Edict of Stone against Karen last year. She brushes her lower lip with her fingertip. Each word I spoke shook the land, drawing moisture from it. For me, I felt Karen's presence as he raged through the soldiers dispatched to stop him, and I felt him weakening under my onslaught. Under the overlords, rather. Not that I'm convinced that division existed in that moment. I was Kairos' mouthpiece, Kairos' tool. She shakes her head. I still wake with crust in my eyes. Even freshly laundered, my clothes bear a thin layer of dust. What do you think is Kairos' end goal in all of this? To win, I suspect. What form that takes, I can make some guesses, but that's all they are. Thus far, the Overlord has always had some new front to set soldiers against, some new land to conquer, an opponent to villainize. What's left when the entire world falls under your control? Do you start melting down swords into plows and devote yourself to developing the society you wanted to establish when you first set yourself to war? Do you seek out dissenters and make of them the new enemy? Or do you manufacture enemies from those most likely to challenge you, as if any of those choices excludes the others? I won't pretend to know the Overlord's mind on this. I can only guess that it will be an interesting time. I have nothing more to ask about the Overlord. What next then, my curious friend? That's all I wanted to know. Feel free to return if you have further inquiries during the course of your little tour around the tiers. Farewell. Ah, that was interesting. Well worth this trip. Let's talk to the third one. Fatebinder, you return. Regardless looks you up and down with an inscrutable expression. Nothing to say. All right, fine. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's make sure he doesn't have anything new. You look as if you require my counsel. No further questions. Be on your way. Y'all got anything to say? You've also got random encounters slow you down. Can evade them. Is this your first time going
Not happening.
vampiric in Oblivion? Were you unprepared for what it was going to be like? It's weird that her name tag is over there. And nope, we're good. Okay. Next up, let's do versus quest. Versus quest, see? Boom. And global. And merchant crossroad. Let's do it. An uneventful day on the road is interrupted by a loud cry. An old man, dirt encrusted and wild-eyed, dressed in a little more than tattered rags, emerges from the brush, charging feebly towards you with a sword held high. For apex! His sandals catch a tree root, sending him tumbling into the dirt. His brittle blade strikes the ground first, snapping in two. He clutches his ribs and whispers in a low groan, laying on the ground for an uncomfortably long time. His moans give way to rhythmic, heavy breathing, and just as you step forward to determine if the old man has fallen asleep, he picks himself up, wagging the useless blade at you. The day is ours, dogs of Kairos. The man continues to ramble, and it soon becomes clear that he believes himself late for the first battle of Apex. He is correct, in a sense. The battle was waged over 2 years ago. Blissfully unaware of his kinsman's failure, he demands you surrender before generously offering to settle for a mere ransom. Kill him, convince him that you're not an enemy and give him some rings, disarm him and spare his life. Convince him to wage war against Graven Ash. Ooh! Convince him to wage war against Graven Ash. You wait for the old soldier to finish his lengthy tirade before speaking. As he calms, you assure him that your interests and apexes are one and the same. Insisting the true aggressor is a shared enemy, the rogue Archon. The name Graven Ash fills the old man with seething rage, and it's all too easy to persuade him to take the fight directly to Archon's stronghold. You promise him the backing of 1,000 Tearsmen and point him towards Iron Hearth, helpfully drawing him a map. He sets off on the road, broken blade in hand, to the Archon's mountain fortress, where hundreds of Graven Ash's elite await him. Yeah, that's not gonna end well. LT, what's going on, man? How are you? You've all got random kind. Yep. Oh, was completely unprepared? Oh, damn. How far back would you have to go to reach a period where you weren't a vampire? Tyranny's going well, man. I got no complaints. Save. Ooh, mouthful. Okay. Yeah, looks like all that's useful. I'm not open for business, friend, and I'm not looking for trouble. Basila and Lethia's Crossing expects me with this shipment shortly. Wouldn't want to keep her waiting. The merchant watches you warily as you approach, a heavy pack hanging from her shoulders. Soft and well-fed, this one, but look at her stance. She can handle herself. First takes the woman in with a long, appraising gaze. Excuse me? The merchant blinks. Quick to act. Give us what we need to know. What did I say? I said, oh, crap. I guess I could have went for it, but still. I hate that I messed that up. That's gonna annoy me. Load, 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 load. It's gonna annoy me. Okay, let's try that again. Glare silently. You must have me mistaken for someone else. I assure you. Oh, fine. The world to Stalwart is paved in iron. Versailles. The farms of Azura are mostly air. She nods with relief. Say nothing. Well, you don't know. Joker would say something in this situation. A bird in the head is worth a tortoise in a bird in the head is worth a tortoise in a cabbage patch. You're a gay fear reverse. Ah, crud. What? No, it's yet their papers are deflated. Please, I'm trying to work here. Charming. Sorry about the formalities. If word got back to the voices that I was cutting corners on security, let's just say I prefer my tongue in my mouth and my bowels in my, bowels, I guess. She shakes her head. You're the fate binder of the mountain spire, correct? I'm my 4. She opens her hand to you, palms out. So what does the voice and the rat want us to know? Not one for foreplay, are you? Verse shakes her head. Right. Mouth forward glance between the two of you before eyes settle on Verse. The man you're interested in calls himself Crocus. No idea whether that's what his mother named him. Showed up in the crossing a few months back, picking fights and looking for rings. He ran afoul of the garrison and he stomped the pants gravy out of him. That quieted him down for a bit, but when he started casting around for work again, he boasted of this victory against a band of furies during the war. Not a smart thing to brag about. Very stupid, in fact. You'd think a story like that would scare off any potential employers, but Asa's never been the brightest ring on the rope. She shakes her head. Who is Asa? A cloth dealer originally out of Azure, runs a circuit from the crossing to the brothers and down into the calmer edges of the Blade Grave. He hired Crocus and a few others last week, claiming he needed extra protection for his daughter. Why had he brought his daughter to the crossing in the first place? Overlord only knows. How do we find Traverse? Thoughts? Shit sticks. It's not going to be easy to find a caravan between here and the Blade Grave. Verse curls her lower lip below her uneven teeth. Luckily for you, I'm very good at what I do. Malfoy smiles and produces a scroll from her pack. He usually goes to Stalwart by way of the Ocean Spire, but he's cutting east to make time and avoid beasts. She wraps a knuckle on a thick black line. Your best bet is to wait for him here at Hunter's Respite. She points to a position just south of Haven. What can you tell me about Hunter's Respite? A small stretch of wilderness far enough off the trade road to dissuade raiders, but near enough to avoid losing much time. The isolation recommends it, but not much else. Honestly, the Respite's starting to get too well known as a stopover. I gave it a year before thieves start hitting it. She sighs. I'm supposed to wait for him and hope he shows up? If you want to catch Crocus, yes. Asa's taking the southern road out of Haven, so he'll almost certainly stop there. He's never made a great secret about it being his favorite resting stop around these parts. What's your role in all this? Just who are you exactly? Mostly I'm open ears. Came up in the bastard tier, but made for Haven when I could leave home. She twitches, then waves off a bug that buzzes past you. Started hauling goods between the crossing and Sunder, eventually expanding down to the brothers and even as far as Arden in a good year. Very, very far back. I'm like a quest away from cleaning the Thieves Guild quest line. This was the 3rd, 4th mission they gave me when I contacted vampirism. The pale light. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that sucks, dude. Is there any use for heavy armor? It seems like Beric is the only companion that would use it. I just threw it on Siren. So we're going to see in a bit, because I think it makes more sense for her to be a frontline fighter since she's got those area of effect songs. I really need her as close to the action as possible. Lantern, are you going to pick up Broken Roads? I am. Comes out tomorrow. It's a CRPG with a decent amount of hype. Doesn't come out until the day after tomorrow for me. I'm on the Midwest, so tomorrow's Tuesday. The game comes out on Wednesday. But yeah, I absolutely plan to play Broken Roads. Do I just need to level up companion levels to get the quest? I'm like level 14 and haven't done barracks or versus yet. No, it's based on you talking with them and then how much favor you get with them through those conversations and through your actions. Also, make sure you probably want to be consistent in what you get. So if you've got a bunch of fear with one of them, then just keep pumping fear. If you've got a bunch of favor with one of them, then just keep pumping favor. Vampirism and Elder Scrolls also a pain to remove at the best of times. Haven't gotten Seren yet. Maybe did some bad dialogue. When you get Seren might be to some degree based on what you did during Conquest. I'm not sure. Because I kind of feel like it took me a longer amount of time to recruit her the last time I played the game as well. The conquest was bad for business. By then, though, I heard and knew a lot more than I did before. Thought I could turn a profit, swapping information with the Archon. I thought right. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Hail, Kairos. She straightens and quickly salutes. Thank you, Balfour. Yeah, thanks. When we find this bastard, we'll open him from balls to chin. You know, you now know everything I know about this so-called Fury Slayer. If you have any other questions, you'll have to ask someone else. Balfour bows informally at the waist.
Not happening.
Hunter's Respite. Okay.
No dice.
Some people can't help but just to blab mouths about the things they've done. I guess Broken Roads gets Wasteland Fallout and Disco Elysium vibes. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good way to describe it, but we'll see if it actually holds up. Hunter's Respite. Here we go. She's like heavy nurse. Your DPS with all the extra recovery time. Really only good on a dedicated tank. My understanding is that Seren can tank, especially because she's got a damage nullifying shield, and she wasn't doing the armor is going to nerf your recovery time for when you're using abilities. But again, what she does the most of is sing songs. And so therefore she's not using a ton of abilities. So I gave her a big two-hander weapon and figured, you know what, let her just go ahead and wail on enemies and sing her songs. And once in a blue moon, when she has enough breaths, she'll use one of those breath abilities. But I don't think she needs a lot of quickness. I might change my mind though, so we'll have to see. Give me a second, I need to use the bathroom and grab a drink. One moment, please. I'm gonna have to wean myself off of this. I went months without, with virtually not drinking any soda. And then my wife has all of a sudden got hooked on these spiced Cokes. So we've got like 2 cases of it and I couldn't resist. I don't think it's anything special, but you know, Coke is Coke. I mean, Skyrim, you could be a vampire lord to mitigate sun damage. Oh, are you automatic? You're not automatically. Oh, that's right. Skyrim had like a vampire DLC, right? I remember that being really cool. Didn't fit your character's role playing. He's a greedy thief, not a cannibalistic bloodsucker. Yeah, that does kind of clash. I think everything counts as ability. Might be wrong. Well, anything you have to activate. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I love CRPGs for sure. But the sun, brutal. You can't find people to feed off of and can't move to inside buildings fast enough. Interesting. Yeah. If it turns out that this isn't going to work, we can easily just go back and respec her. I'm not worried about it. Well, who are you? As you approach the bronze-clad caravan guards, they look up as one, leaving dice and rings on the ground as their hands move to their weapons. Who goes there? Actually, know what? It doesn't matter. Turn back the way you came, stranger, or things will get bloody with a quickness. Subterfuge. I see some caravan guards, but not the caravan. Why are you over here? I don't see how that's any of your business. He glances over his shoulder towards the north and back to you. We're paid guards. We get paid to guard. We don't pick where we guard, and we don't ask why about the where. That makes sense, right? His brow knits, and he looks to one of his fellows. The other guard shrugs. You have questions in need of answering. You speak to Crocus. Find him up the hill to the west. We're looking for Crocus. Well, he's not over here, is he? We don't know him by sight, you idiot. Shut up before I... Shut her up for you. He winces. She's acerbic, but she's not wrong. Can you point us to Crocus? Go back the way you came, then head north up the incline. Crocus is there at the camp. He shoos you with his hand. I'm as good as gone. We'll come back and gut you all later.
I don't think so.
Ooh, Crocus has a lot of people with him. A tall, thin man in bronze and leather scrutinizes your approach, hand on the hilt of his blade. That's far enough, stranger. Oi, Crocus, we've got company. His voice comes out low and rough, a tears-scented growl. A massive man answers the lookout's cry, his approach marked by a pronounced swagger. Crocus rests a massive axe on one broad shoulder. His hair seems to have migrated largely from his scalp to his chin, and the veins at his temples stand out against his deeply tanned skin. Besides Cairo here, I've got an inquiry squad behind me, experienced warriors all, so I'm left wondering, who the fuck are you? Point to verse. I'm Fatebinder Joker, but more importantly, this is verse. And I'm about to adjudicate your head open. Justice for my Fury sister, she grins hungrily. Oh, shit! To arms! To arms! The mercenary blinks rapidly as recollection sets in. Oh, damn, I should have put my buffs on first. Oh, well. I'm gonna call Nicelander. Take care, Gifu. Have a good night, dude. Austerity is better with the armor and weapons in that everyone can use everything instead of having to waste talents to get that training. Yep, I really appreciate that part of it, Lori. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. All right, she's just gonna go ahead and move forward. Yep, you know what? I'll put this on her, and we will put. Oh, that's right. This is like a cone. I forgot about that. Here, we'll put. You need mirror image on you, and
Consider it.
Okay. And then I would like this on you, and you can do that. That's excellent. And yep, there's no way to do this on yourself, so we'll just have to go with it. Yeah. We should have given that to you. It's alright though, it's alright. He's gonna automatically use at least some of this stuff, but here. There we go. Why can't... Does it have to be... There we go. Rivet them up pretty regularly. Ooh, but with one exception. You're bleeding right now. What buffs do you have? Why am I not seeing any buffs for you? And you've got aura. Oh, she's emanating an aura of fear. Okay. Give herself spectral blur. And then didn't I give her? I swear I gave her mirror image. What's the problem? Why doesn't she have mirror image on her? It's so weird. I wonder if somebody pulled it off. Anyway, here. Heal yourself. You got 4 of these. Shatter stone once per encounter. Wait a minute. Why is she? Oh, that's interesting. Is it because? Wait, no. This Joker. That's Lantry. Okay, so she is getting close. Where is? Oh, she's all the way over there. Damn. Okay, and she's holding on. Okay, cool. Fine. That's still going on. Ooh. I wonder, do I have to worry about does fireball, do I have to strike the target with a bolt of flames dealing fire damage to them and any nearby enemies? So it shouldn't have to worry about allies, right?
Wait, I did that?
Let's see. Lantry critically heats the Beastman for 30 fire. Very nice. Interrupted the Beastman. It only grazes Cairo for 4 fire. Excellent. Okay. Do that. And he can give you some heals. And you, there we go. That works. Excellent. You know, we need a Tyranny tabletop RPG. That'd be fantastic. Isn't going to happen officially, but to survive, nerd culture needs to start making our own stuff. You might be right. I think of how I'd run a Tyranny tabletop RPG every time I pick the game up. Seems like such a fun universe to run a game in. I agree. That would be fantastic. I wonder how much it costs to get the license to do something like that. Like, I wonder how that works. Hold for the love of Kairos. He claps his chest, blood oozing between his fingers. Hold like you held when you and your friends killed my fucking sisters. For the love of Kairos indeed. Her words escape her clenched teeth in a half-hissed breath. She slips a small knife from her boot, and in a flash of bronze opens the fallen man's cheek. Hold. Please wait. I'm not proud of what I did back then. I'm a changed man. I swear by the Overlord. I've got a wife now. She's asleep right over there. He points back towards the nearby tents and bedrolls. I earn an honest living by the damn axe. I protect licensed traders. Gesture towards Verse. Don't look at me. She's the one you've got to convince. He looks at the Fury at your side. Overlord, save me. Kairos isn't here, asshole. The only partner at this dance is me. Her boot comes down hard on his ankle, eliciting an audible snap. The sound dissipates into his scream. Overlord, help me. I never wanted to hurt anyone. It was my damn job. I swore an oath to the Apex Lord because I wanted a bed and food, not because I thought Kairos would ever come to the tears. He sobs. That oath didn't just dissolve when your armies passed the gates of judgment. I had to kill conscripted tearsmen by the gang. And yes, I helped kill your friends. His head drops, and a pink froth of sweat, mucus, and blood dripping from the tip of his nose. Not friends, asshole. Sisters. Sisters, then. It wasn't my idea. Katorius had the location. Sick bastard wanted to cook them with his flames. Arissa, she wanted to hunt Furies, wanted to head on a pike she could wave at her enemies before battle. I was just there following orders. You said Katorius cooked people? I never actually saw him eat someone, but I'm sure he did. You could see it in his eyes when he looked at you, that hunger. He was a sage, so maybe that explains it. Overlord knows what those scroll fuckers do in their libraries. Certainly not cannibalism, and copulating with scrolls has been frowned upon for centuries. We took one of you alive, you know. What? What the fuck are you talking about? Her eyes widen. After you disappeared, we realized that one of your Furies was still alive. The big bald one. Katorius took her, never saw her after. He's silenced by Verse's fist. Liar! She punches him again and again. Where's Katorius? Where's Katorius now? I don't know. I swear by everything and everyone I tell you if I knew. He probably died in the Edict of Fire. Served him right if so. If not, well, he deserves his treatment more than me. Where can we find Orisa? After that Fatebinder killed the queen, Orissa's will to fight only intensified. The crazy bitch couldn't lay down her spear. Last I heard, she was down in the Blade Grave, joined up with those stalwart shitheels, killing disfavored in the Overlord's endless storm. Here, he fumbled with a case at his side before offering a well-soiled parchment in his blood-slicked fingers. This was from her. She wanted me to come find her and take up arms again. I didn't write back. I'm changed. I love the Overlord. Praise Kairos. Some orders you don't follow. I'm sworn loyalty to Kairos. Go hunt Orisa. Go kill Katorius. They're your true enemies. They're the ones who deserve your justice. He tries to push himself away from Verse, but his heels skid uselessly, plowing furrows in the bloody muck. Don't worry, we will. Grasping his gore-matted beard, she jerks his chin upward and places the knife against his exposed throat. Please. A bubble of pink mucus expands and contracts in his left nostril. I get that conflict is kind of the crux of storytelling, but couldn't you get Seren to command people to give up? For one thing, Threed is right. And for another thing, that helmet on top of her head prevents her from being able to use her power to the extent that she really should be able to. Like, she really should have the power to just kind of push her emotions out there and try to get everybody to calm the hell down. But no, she can't do that. Calling a wizard a scroll fucker is truly one of the insults of all time. I'm a fan of it too. Remain silent. This one's for Seeking Sheath. She rams the blade into his eye, twisting it roughly and digging in deeper into his skull as he screams. He bucks and spasms wildly. Seren puts a hand to her mouth and turns away. Thanks, Fatebinder. She proffers you a curt nod. Why didn't I get any favor from that? Come on now.
Orisa's next. Let's go find her.
She turns to go, but comes to a stop instead. She lets out a quiet sigh and looks back to you.
Seeking was special, you know.
Tell me about her.
Seeking was all dynamo. Short, with hair like moss on a stone and skin the color of the night sky. Laughed at everything. Even insults.
She smiles wistfully.
She never stopped moving. If we camped, she paced the tents or palisades, always pushing us to get on.
She lets out a low chuckle.
Part of it was the gambling. People would stop taking her bets after a day or two. The first time she says she can put a javelin in an apple at 100 yards, a man puts rings down. The second time, he's willing to go double or nothing. The third, that's when he stops betting.
Laugh. She sounds amazing.
Kairos' crooked cock, was she?
She echoes your laugh.
Crazy thing about Seeking? It wasn't raw talent. She practiced that shit. The spear work and the javelins, practiced every hour she wasn't sleeping or on assignment. She'd thread the sky with 3 or 4 javelins and dance towards her foe with a spear longer than she was tall. She'd knock a soldier's feet out from under him and let the javelin pin him to the ground. That's her name. Her spears found their marks as if they sought them.
I thought it might be a sex thing.
That too.
She laughs.
Her name meant more than the spear play. Seeking always sought, always looked for new things, new experiences, new stories, new men, new bits of lore. In summer, she'd collect stinging insects, fill thin clay jars with them, and smash them against her foes. No fight was ever even for Seeking. You either got the drop, or you got dropped. Thanks. You know, for listening.
She shakes her head roughly as if clearing the fog from it.
Let's go. This oath-breaking scumsack won't hunt herself.
So, locate Orisa. Take that stuff. This is gonna allow me to, versus Seeking Sheath stats has been upgraded. Seeking Sheath. What's that about? Oh, she's got a battle stance. Plus 20%. Stance 3 whispers. Stance red geyser. Stance seeking sheath. Plus 15 accuracy. Negative 10 dodge. Adds bonus damage to your next attack equal to 50% the damage received from attackers. So it lowers your dodge and your parry. Or you can go with seeking sheath. Or you can get plus 20 dodge. I think plus 20 dodge makes the most sense, right? You know, for some reason I never even noticed that stuff. Okay, interesting. She commanded my character to try and remove her helmet, and I didn't have the will save to resist her. Seems like she would have more options. Yeah, but that's one-on-one. It's not allowing her to affect large swaths of people, which is what would be necessary to really end the war the way you're talking about. Both of you are still bloodthirsty maniacs. This is true. Man, Joker's enemies to kill each other to save him the trouble. Yeah, like, she can do that stuff sometimes. She has some of those powers. She specializes in the control emotions magic. All this game conflict could be solved if everyone went to therapy instead of fighting. Young woman lies on a bedroll. Her voice is, oh shit. Verse peers down at the sleeping girl, whose tightly curled hair is strewn haphazardly about her caramel brown features. She drops to her knee, checking over Crocus' captive. The girl's eyes flutter open, staring blankly, the pupils reducing her cloudy brown irises to thin rings. Father? Where's Father? Her eyes close again, and her muscles remain entirely limp. Aisa's daughter, what do you think? Verse lays her down gently, then stands up looking at you. Oh, snap! You can smother! We'll leave her some supplies, enough to get her back to the crossing. Verse nods, and the two of you set a few skins of water and some dry rashes near the girl's prone form. There's fruit and grain in the cart, too, and cloth to carry it, assuming she has any appetite after seeing this slaughter. Let's go, Fatebinder. I'm sick of this place. Verse shakes her head. Good Lord. This game is so brutal. A ransacked cart seems to have been hastily hidden behind some foliage. It contains several crates filled with bolts of unsoiled cloth and unspoiled food. Ooh, all right. Whoa. Verse, what are you doing, darling? Why aren't you moving?
Your days end here.
These fights seem to be going much better than they were before. Slowly but surely we're getting there, y'all. What's this? Sentinel shield. I think that's the first time I've seen this.
Not happening.
All right. Even if everyone's emotionally stable, people still fight just because it's interesting. Just as a way to break the boredom, you might be right. What is this? Torn strand. Wait, I don't. Which one am I supposed to be going to? Hold on. Blood trophy, half gate, fire inside. Oh, locate a wrist at torn strand. Okay. So wait, I didn't realize though. Oh, there's this whole lower section. Whoops. Oh, okay. Did not realize that most definitely, but now I do. Let's go here. Bam. Buster, what's going on, man? How are you? My character specializes in bows and subterfuge. Then I got Verse, she's my main tank, and she specializes in dual wielding and dodge. And then I've got Lantry, he's my healer and he's focused on support magic. And then finally I have Seren, she's wearing heavy armor and I've got her with a two-handed weapon. She's focused on using war songs to deal heavy damage to all nearby enemies. First, second foe. Like cyberpunk universe, people buy crime and murder just to feel the rush. Yeah, you gotta, ooh, this is gonna be a problem, I can already tell. I thought we were looking for a chick. The tumultuous winds of the Edict of Storms reduce visibility to arm's length as you press against the headwinds and into the torn strand. Silhouettes materialize in the swirling detritus before you, the sound of their approach swallowed entirely by the raging gale. The shadows resolve into haggard warriors, attired in ragged leather and tarnished bronze. One man steps forward, pulling off his helm to reveal a grime-roughened face of deep umber crosshatched with pale scars. Hold, stranger. You don't look like one of Ash's inbred handmaidens, but you're no scion of stalwart, so who are you? I can't just point into a verse, huh? Oh wait, maybe this is not Verse's quest though. You can call me Joker. You're the one they say awakened the mountain spire. He glances to his soldiers as if to make sure they're still present before refocusing his attention on you. Oh, he's in Unbroken. What brought you down from your perch and into the storm? We've come with questions for a warrior named Arissa. You look more prepared for murder than interrogation. Why should I let you speak to her? He looks again to his soldiers, who exchange among themselves expression of morose recognition. I take it from the furtive glances that Arissa's already dead. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Shit and double shit! Verse recoils. Very perceptive. I hope you agree that spilling blood over a dead woman serves no one. He gestures to you, then to his warriors. Crocus claimed Arissa was responsible for several slayings back in Apex. I don't know the name, but back in Apex, Arissa had some less than honorable compatriots. She tried to convince me that this one Haven mercenary was no stranger to killing for rings. Turned out he was a crook with as many names as alliances. When Arissa got word that he sold some of his charges into slavery, she broke ties with him. If you seek justice for someone slain in Apex, you'll have to seek it elsewhere. Is there anything at all you can tell us about Arissa? Absolutely nothing. She's dead. We're not. I suggest you pack your gear and go. He lowers his tone. And hope of future cooperation between our forces. What would you know of me? Looks like it's about to be a fight. What are you talking about? That option, even being there, was wild. Oh, darn the child. Bruh's pass by kill. Yeah, Sloan. Great. Bedtime's coming up soon. Don't delay. Health is more important than strength. Don't forget that. I've forgotten it, Actia. I've forgotten it all. Drats and double drats. Okay, adult. Dastardly. In fact, it's ironic you mentioned that, Actia, because I think I'm going to start trying to incorporate naps during the day, so that streaming doesn't impact me still getting my 7 to 8 hours that I should have every day, because I do stream kind of late into the night. Attack. They haven't been much use to us, have they, Verse? Not in the least, Binder. Shall we? She grins, readying her weapons. Let's show them why we're called the Unbroken. His soldiers let out a furious clarion and stormed toward you. I forgot to buff before I headed out. Oh well. Oops. Miriam is on you, and then you. I want haste on you, and then.
Not a problem, boss.
And then now you can do that, and then you. Oh, you know, and I like a little bit of that. Why? Oh, actually, no. That's not what I want. Mr. This mask. Yeah. Let's do do some of that.
I think I might hurl.
Can't do that.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
That's not good.
Harsh words cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Let's see, what else can we do? You're doing everything you can. You are. There's not much else I can get. We just all need to be attacking the same person. There we go. Ooh. Look at that. There we go. Yep. And you attack him. You got name.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much.
Yep. The AI is. Yep. That works. Verse, how you feeling? Shit! None of those people were there when my sisters died. Verse surveys the carnage wearing a grimace. Check these bodies with me. Maybe there's something that will help. Riverbreak is now unlocked on the world map. You search Diocles' remains, shifting his dead weight and ignoring the drip of gore to reach his belongings. Your hand comes away wet, clutching a roll of parchment and a tightly wrapped bundle. What have you got there? Verse peers at the wet bundle you plucked from the corpse. Show Verse the note. See for yourself. She locks eyes with you, snatches the parchment, and looks it over. With a shake of her head, she thrusts the scroll back towards you. You gonna read it or leave me guessing? Read the note. You break the seal and unroll the missive. The parchment is lettered in a clean hand, the language surprisingly clear and crisp for a tearsman. Diocles, or whoever succeeds him. I came to stalwart with little I didn't need for the fight. Only these gloves, a trophy from a skirmish long past. Should I fall at Trapper's Junction, please see to it that they return to my sister, Clea, at our family's homestead at Rivers Break and Apex. Tell her to use them well, and that I wish I could have been there to deliver them myself. Thank you for this, Arissa. Arissa wanted these gloves given to her sister, Clea of River Break. Did you say gloves? She swipes the leather package and tears it open, revealing a pair of gloves of supple leather edged with a series of sharpened bronze blades. Fuck, I've missed these. You know these gloves? They belong to one of my Furies. Verse replaces the wrappings with care. So Arissa had a sister for a sister then. There's a certain poetry in it, right? What are you talking about? We need to find this Clea. She must know something about who Arissa ran with during the war, right? And who knows, maybe she'll turn out to be someone in need of a good stabbing through the face. Her smiles, her eyes glinting. It has been a while since we gave someone a good face stabbing. Literally minutes, she grins. You proud of me? I'm proud of me. Come on, screw this place. She gestures toward the road. Awesome. Ever watched that show growing up, Drats and Double Drats? Nope. No idea what show you're talking about, in fact. Never heard of it. Gonna have to head out tonight. Night, guys. Another good stream. Thanks, Sloan. Take care, man. Have a good one.
I'm a scholar, not a luggage slave.
Yeah, you're all the above. You're whatever I make you. Bronze ingots, excellent. Some of that stuff. And some of that stuff. Excellent. Now let me just make sure nothing pops up. Okay, we're good. And now, something else showed up, right? Okay, Riverbrink. Good lord. Our quest just kind of takes you all over the map, doesn't it?
No dice.
Anything to discover over there? Okay, no. That's so. Here, let's search everything. Dry grass protrudes haphazardly from the threadbare and sun-bleached tunic hanging on this post. The glower painted on the burlap sack head glares down over a rough grass beard. It bears a passing semblance to a certain Archon of secrets. The scent of baked bread and vegetable stew mingle on the air. Through the window, you can make out a modest dwelling kept with the kind of order and cleanliness one would expect of a disfavored command tent.
I think you need to find a younger Slit.
No dice. Not happening.
An older woman tends to a small but verdant patch of farm. Plump gourds and vegetables of vine and root vie for soil and light with a fig tree, its branches drooping with what passes for abundance in the tears. The farmer notices your approach and takes up her shovel as if it were a spear, favoring her left arm with a wince. Careful, stranger, I'm no easy mark and have little worth your time or blood. A few errant strands of thick gray hair, loose from the band that tames the rest, frame her deeply lined face. She may be old enough to be my mother, but she holds herself like a warrior trained. Who are you? I'm the woman who tills the soil, mends these walls, and protects them with her blood. I'm supposed to be here. You're the ones who should be announcing themselves. She points the shovel's edge at you. Feisty. I like this old coot. Verse grins. Girl, this old coot is split skulls twice as thick as yours. Ha ha. Good hearing, too. Ha 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 ha. We seek Clea. Clea was my youngest. Why are you asking after her? She lowers the shovel slightly, her eyes widening slightly at the name. Was? Shit. Don't tell me we're too late. I'll have you keep a civil tongue in your head, girl, while you're on my land. She jabs her shovel in Verse's direction as if she could seal the Fury's mouth with it. Sorry, ma'am. Verse blinks in surprise at her own words. Ha 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 ha. To Verse, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Did you do something to my friend? Do something? Sorcery, you mean? The corners of her mouth fall slightly. I said I'm fine, Binder. Verse hisses at you. She took me by surprise is all. Hey, what happened to Clea? She narrows her eyes, her fingers tightening protectively around the shovel. First things first, call me Essa, daughter of Asperia, and this is my homestead, granted me by Queen Vendrian Alanta in honor of my service. She swings the shovel's head to encompass the small plastered house and the abutting field. That's an introduction. You got one to match? She points the shovel back towards you. I'm Joker, Fate Binder of Tunnan the Adjudicator. Issa's blue eyes widen in recognition. What business could possibly bring the Queenslayer to River's Break? Man, it's so cool that after all this time playing this game, I'm still running into people who refer to me as the Queenslayer. Like, killing the Queen at the beginning of the game, it seems like such a big deal. To Verse, I'll follow your lead, Verse. I'm sorry, Issa, but Arissa has died. Verse frowns down at her scarred hands, then glances away. Arissa, dear girl, dear stupid, blind, foolish, arrogant girl. A sob racks her shrunken frame. How'd it happen? She died in stalwart, aiding the unbroken against the forces of Kairos. It's my fault. I raised those girls on the romance of war, on tales of bloodying the bastard Tyr and pushing back Azure. How was I to know your armies would come in their lifetimes, that the gates of judgment wouldn't hold, or that you stride into the tears with a man of stone who could step clean over a curtain wall? Even girls like mine couldn't stand against Kairos. There ain't been nothing like that northern shadow before, able to crush mountains and call earthquakes from a scrap of vellum. There ain't no fighting that, I told them. They didn't listen. Damn them. Of all the damn fool things I told them, the only thing they didn't hear was what mattered. She shudders out a sigh. A mercenary named Crocus, actually, to Verse. Well, Verse? A mercenary out of Lethian's Crossing by the name of Crocus pointed us toward Arissa. He painted her a much more vicious killer than you have. Crocus? I ain't never heard the... She pauses, recognition flickering behind her wet eyes. Bald, bearded man, skin the color of bronze and thick as a beastman? I knew him by a different name. Right lazy bastard by my reckoning. Only thing he put much effort into was lying his way into a meal and a thong of rings. What justice is there if a man like him lives while my Arissas met the void? There's justice. It was slow and terrible. Verse cracks her knuckles. Damn. Yeah, that decision pretty much set your entire playthrough. I like it. I like it. Of course, I would hate this if I was trying to bring on the realms together, but as someone who's going for an anarchist run anyway, I'm a fan of the way people react to me. The conquest decision seemed to set you with a title for the rest of the game. I was watching someone else's playthrough, and he's called the Fire Starter all the time. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. All right, there's some comfort there. What do you know about Catorius? The sage was an older gentleman, smarter than most, like he had the whole Vellum Citadel bouncing around his head. A tad off in that way, magicians so often are. Eyes as hungry as a flame. You said you trained your daughters in the arts of battle? Aye, their father were a good man, but more suited to farm work than war. She looks up sharply. If you're looking for someone to blame, I'd be that person. I trained them up, taught them the falx, the javelin, and the spear and shield. And they use that knowledge against your precious Archons and their armies. Hey, Issa, maybe you'd like to shut the fuck up now? Versus lower lip twitches. What did you teach them about the Overlord? That there's never been a graver threat to all of Territus. That Kairos represents the worst of the powers of man or woman. That such an evil must be resisted at all costs by any means necessary. What? That directly contradicts what you said before. I changed my tune in my older, softer years, but as they growed up, I poisoned them against Kairos as thoroughly as if I'd carved it upon their hearts. Use all this food yourself, or have you sold it to other people in the well? I sold some, for rings, and without a Kairos damn license, too. So you admit to violating Kairos' law in front of a chronicler? Well, young lady, this is going in the permanent record. Hey, geriatric warrior, you ever consider shutting your flapping gums? Verse rubs her brow. Anything else you want to tell me, Essa? Naming a child for Kairos is a capital offense, ain't it? I imagine naming a pig for Kairos ain't no better. Care to meet Kairos the overpig? He's around back. You see what's happening here, don't you, Binder? Verse sighs, her shoulders sagging. I've come to a decision in this matter. What matter? There's no matter here, Binder. Please tell me you're not going through with this. This is your dance, Verse. Pick the tune. Interesting. I've gained both fear and loyalty with Verse. Really? Verse takes a step back, blinking rapidly. Considering her options, Verse sheaths her weapon and nods. We came here because Arissa, she killed one of my sisters. I always thought I needed to avenge them, to make it right, because I'd failed them. But actually talking to you, it's cleared some stuff up. I guess what I'm saying is I miss my sisters and you miss your daughters, and that's just the way of things. Issa nods numbly, turns, and shuffles towards a squat farmhouse. Yeah, the opposite happened when me and Apex kept getting called the Peacebinder as I didn't kill the queen. Ooh, that's interesting. Quite like the banter in this game. Yeah, the banter, especially between the party members, is really, really freaking cool. And there's a lot of it. Verse releases a long sigh, bends down, and plucks a round red tomato from a vine. Her thumb slides across his skin, then presses lightly against it, dimpling the vegetable. She tosses it from hand to hand and turns to you. That was some uncharacteristic hesitation on your part.
I didn't realize you knew me so well as to say what is and isn't like me.
She smirks and shakes her head.
I enjoy killing, Fatebinder. Doesn't mean I think everyone deserves to die.
Arissa and Clea are dead. What does that mean for your sisters?
I'm sure Whispers would have something clever to say about frustrated ambitions.
Verse shakes her head and chuckles darkly.
You ever have a friend who almost never speaks? But then, every once in a while, she slips in the perfect word at the perfect time, and it's the only thing you remember. That was 3 Whispers. She was our wiry, flickering shadow with hair like crow's feathers. Preferred close-up work. That was her name, her 3 knives and the sound of air from a punctured lung. It's, hard to remember stories about her because she never drew attention.
And yet?
Her old favorite. That I remember. She'd trick a soldier into gutting his own comrade, then open his throat while he was in shock. beautiful move, and I saw her dance it a dozen times. Whispers knew her histories and letters, knew borders and houses and heraldry. Even knew a few sigils and kept us from bleeding out more than once.
She runs a hand over her feathers.
Whispers and me, we were more than sisters sometimes. Not often, and nothing holding. But yeah, she read a body as easy as a scroll.
Sounds nice.
Was nice.
Leave. Let's go.
Let's.
She bites into the tomato, and a small bead of juice rolls down her chin. All right. Huh. If I remember correctly, when we first came, there was an opportunity to walk in here, but I guess that's no longer there.
Hey, what did I tell you?
It's unfortunate that I think because of the AI, I can't manually say, hey, I want you to use your 3 whispers stance more, but that plus 30 dodge would go really, really nicely. Okay, so she keeps on that red geyser stance.
I don't think so.
All right, fine. This is what it is. Let's go. I love to play this game as a diplomat, trying to resolve anything and everything I can without killing people. It would be amazing if this game had a what's it called when you don't kill anybody in a game? Pacifist. If this game had a pacifist run, that would be fantastic. All right, hold on. Let me actually check my quest real quick. Okay, yeah, so I only have one other quest. Wait a minute. Oh, and one person needs a level up, but we'll wait until some others catch up with them. All right, let's go to half game. Oh, so this is the Beast Woman's lands. If you wanted to try to get more, what do you call it? Wait, kill the Scarlet Course at Halfgate. Interesting. If you wanted to try to get more loyalty with that, with her, I'm not gonna bother with it. I wonder why all of my party members seem to have more XP than me.
No dice.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, lo and piss and behold, look who's here. The great Fatebinder of Tunnan. Come and greet his excellency. Would you have us bow and worship like dogs at your feet? She runs her finger over a ragged blade. Or do we settle this with a bit of fun? I've only just arrived, and already you test my patience? Well, shit, I think I've gone and upset the mule and cankerwit. No, don't hurt me, Fatebinder. I'm trembling. Can you believe this one strutting about like town isn't already ours? There's only the question of what to do about you. A slice down your face, mayhaps, or a dagger betwixt your shoulders as you walk away. I'm partial to either. Athletic. Ooh, wait. Yeah, athletics. Today's a fine day to wash the streets with coarse blood. The soldier pales and grips for the hilt of her blade, but hesitates to draw it. A joke's a joke, eh? We were just having a bit of a roll. No need to be so eager to die. It's crazy that would draw wrath. I mean, you would think that they would be good with threats, considering the type of organization they are. All right? No need to get all worked up over it. After a moment of uncertainty, she breaks into a full-on retreat while shouting to the air, "Quickly, misery! The Fatebinder is coming through!" Uh-oh, I wonder if that means I'm going to have to kill more of them later. Tails between their legs. Now that's a refreshing sight. Fury! What's going on, man?
I'm a
How are you,
scholar,
dude?
not a luggage slave.
It's based on your skill levels. Mages have a tendency to level faster. Inverse being in melee boost their parry and dodge a lot. Mages, cause of having various control X spells. Oh. Yeah, if I ever play this game again, I probably will go ahead and just pick a mage. Watch your step, Fatebinder. The stone sea is a rather steep drop from Halfgate's edge. Wouldn't want you to slip off now. What can a poor trader do for you? This place sure has been wrecked. And by a fate binder like you, no less. No offense to you, of course. You're a good justice. But if I ever get my sights on who did this, I'll give him a right piece of my mind. The city lost everything to the edict. Her homes, her people, even her name. You can't imagine what it was like to watch her quake and burn. Now that the city's death slide is settled, we only have to deal with the occasional rumbling, the tremors that come and go like sweeping summer storms. Most blame the disfavored. The Earthshakers are no help at all. The Scarlet Chorus at least want to solve the problem. I hear the folks of Halfgate feel the disfavored are causing problems. Have you come to help them? Those meddling Earthshakers are protecting Cairn, but for the life of me, I couldn't tell you why. Maybe they like the trembling he causes every time he rattles and moans, but how are we to rebuild so long as the Archon lives? Halfgate's townsfolk sympathize with the Scarlet Chorus, is that so? Well, we don't like them, but we don't hate them neither. They've got a plan to stop the Earth's trembling, so they say, kill Cairn, kill the Quakes. Once the land's at rest, we can rebuild and farm again. Have anything noteworthy in stock? Afraid not. I'm plumb out of, well, everything. A bit of gabbing's all I've got to trade at the moment, if you're in the market. Farewell. All right, I guess we'll see what's going on with the Scarlet Chorus first. Settler. These dangling ropes served as a last desperate attempt to keep homes together following the collapse. The aftershocks proved to be too much for the makeshift supports. All right. Won't let me go any further that way, so I guess we'll just go up. Whoa. All right. Well, I guess there's no siding with these guys, huh? And can we go ahead and put this here? Sure. Put this here as well. Excellent. And then you put the haste on him.
Right.
Destroy them!
That's how it's done.
Damn, this is a lot of people.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
He already used Fireball, but he hasn't used this. So let's do that. We did that. And then what do you got? You got this. So yeah, let's go ahead and obliterate some of these people. Everybody's staying up, seems like. Hey, he's about to go down. Let's go ahead and help him out with that. He's about to go down. Let him help him out with that. Yep. And then deal with him. Exceptionally well. Oh. Yeah, this setup is working much better than what I was doing before. Much better. Much better. Yep. Never mind, man. Argenta has carried me late game and roll trader. She's an absolute beast. Yeah, I miss her. Makes me want to do her build, but with Fortress World Origin. Yeah, I miss Argenta. I didn't have her for Heretic, and I decided not to use her.
Just point me in the right direction.
One of my
I think you need to find a younger slave to haul you to Tritus.
The difference is definitely stark. No, I didn't get a chance to see the Eclipse, actually. I had a meeting at the same time for work. This Beastman is shackled and cannot move. And I can't free him? I don't understand why, but okay. Boom.
I don't think so. Not happening.
A home lays flattened by the quake that shattered Halfgate. The majority of the structures here stood no chance against the strength of the tremors. Regular settler.
You have got to be kidding me. No.
People up there I need to deal with. Okay.
You got it.
Boom, and let's go. Ooh, excellent. Ooh, ball spit working nicely. And yep, this is excellent. Just really good on dogmatic or iconoclast. Yep. Only reason I didn't use her on my iconoclast run is that I had some other party members that I hadn't used regularly before, and I wanted to give them a turn. And I wanted to see what it would be like depending strictly on sniper rifles for all of my damage.
You have got
So
to
I don't
be
have
kidding
anybody
me.
who's using bolters
No.
in my current playthrough. Misery and
No dice.
interesting. That's not quite ready yet. There we go. And you. Wait, did I put that on the right person? Here we go. Did I put? Yep. Okay, cool. We're good. Must be my lucky day. The Crimson Spear cocks his helm-hidden face to the side, studying you warily. I get to bathe my Arabella in the Fatebinder's blood. She stomps into a hip-square crouch and pivots her long spear over her head. As her hand movements speed, the bronze spear begins to whump and snap at the air. She surveys the ruin you've wrought on her town, the wake of bodies and blood you've turned at her feet, and her stance stiffens. Her grip tightens on her spear until her arms are wholly shaking. I haven't clawed my fingers to the bone. I haven't slaughtered those who plagued my dreams just to be washed away by the Kairos damn Fatebinder. I'll make you regret it. You hear me? I'll make you regret ever coming here. She slaps her spear against the ground, loud as a whip crack, and her arms shudder from the force as the haft ricochets back into the air. She laughs, clamorous and throaty and pleased, eager to test her prowess against you. Any last words? Bledded Mark sends his regards. And a blade for my throat? She cracks her neck and shrugs. Well, I don't see him or any particularly deathly looking shadows here, do you? She lunges for you without further warning, fast as lightning, and followed by a thunderous crack of her spear. I don't fear the darkness. The darkness fears me. Ooh, look at you. All right, well, I have the feeling I want to get you up out of here very quickly. So, yeah, let's go ahead and make that happen with some madness. Oh, wait. He's got to get much. There we go, there we go, there we go. And some madness. Which one of you? There we go. You're Misery. And that.
Hit them while they flee!
Let's go ahead and give Misery a little bit more. Oh yeah, there we go. Misery is up out of there now. This is going well. This is going real well. This is going very, very well, in fact. You didn't frighten. You tried to frighten first. So her stuff was prepared for that. As you slay the last of the Scarlet Chorus gangsters that terrorize Halfgate, the town's residents once more emerge from their homes. Vendor stalls are reopened for business. Children play in the rubble-filled roads, and a crowd gathers in the village squares. Daily life in the ruins of Azure resumes. You're welcome. Speak with
Classic
Hager.
example of the Overlord's
Jim,
devastation. Like
The edict cleared everything in its path, including the farmlands we need to keep the army.
The battering
civilized.
ram, the edict cleared
You've got to be
everything in
kidding
its
me.
path,
No.
including the farmlands we need to keep the army supplied.
Good. Every last one of you can starve and the world will be better for it. Maybe if you didn't force everyone to fight for you, there would be more food to go around. But yes! Let's worry about the poor chorus trudging through the world, destroying everything it touches. What's that? A man was hounded, chased, and tortured, and then had a spell of such power dropped on him that it literally tore a town into pieces? Who cares about that?
I really like Seren. I really am a fan of her. She's dangly. Oh, we already saw that. Okay, cool. So, you. You're the fate binder that everyone's been talking about. Is there something I can do for you? What do you do in Halfgate? A little bit of everything, really. I'm decently handy with tools, and the buildings here are always in need of repairs. What can I do for you? What can you tell me about those who would defy Kairos in this realm? The Beastmen are the ones who oppose Kairos in these parts. We're standing on the bones of Azure, but below that are the ruins of the Beastmen ancestral territory. When the realm of Azure rose in power, they enslaved the hideous creatures and consigned them to the lives of hard labor. Ever since Cairn fell and the edict devastated the land, the Beastmen have started to reclaim the Stone Sea. If you find yourself in their presence, tread with caution. The Beastmen are territorial and resort to violence with little provocation. Blood and Mark sends his regards. I'm looking for the Azure shield.
You learn something every day.
The man's tanned, weathered cheeks scrunch into a deeply lined scowl. He crosses his arms over his chest. Who? Why did that learn so? Oh, maybe he leveled up. Is that why? Learn something new every day? Why did he say that? She's channeling her inner Marie. Oh, Raedric is dead. Nice, Jovi. How difficult was it? Did a bunch of your party members die? Were you able to get through it okay? Oh, Blood and Mark also wanted me to tell you this is your chance to see your wife again. I see. He blinks away a stab of fear. 1 second the emotion is visibly there, the next it's gone. I had no idea you were also in his service. In any case, the Beastmen on Stone Down, the Stonewalkers tribe, have the artifact. Their Prima, 100 Blood, keeps it well guarded. What use would the Beastmen have for an Azure relic? It's a matter of pride, Fatebinder. To them, the Stone Sea is theirs. And if a shiny shield of iron is found, well, that's theirs too. How should I go about acquiring the artifact from 100 Blood? Spilling our blood would be the most direct solution, of course. No easy task there. He taps his finger against his lips. It also might be possible to arrange for a trade, but who knows what a Beastman could possibly want. So what's going on with your wife? Uh-oh. This time it's both shock and rage that flashes over his face before he manages to school his expression. Voice low, he seethes. What the fuck do you think, Fatebinder? Look, even if you mean well, the best way to help me with it is just to get your information and move on. Do what the Archon of Shadows wants, and me and Elaine will be just fine. I'm sorry. If there's anything I can do, I will. Oh, now Blood and Mark doesn't like that? He spits at the ground. His green eyes search her face before he scuffs a sandal over the moist dirt. But in the end, he just shakes his head, silent. That's all I needed to know. Good luck with your search, Fatebinder. How did you enter Blood and Mark's service? Was a few years back. I came home and the place was quiet. You know, the kind of quiet that crawls all over your skin? He shrugs as if to shake the feeling. It was dark inside and empty, aside from the shadow of a man. I thought he'd come to kill me, but he just asked if I wanted to become part of a greater cause. I mean, how could I say no to that? He makes an appearance once in a while and asks me about things that have been going on in Halfgate, and I do my best to keep him filled in. Nothing more to it than that. He scratches the back of his neck and glances to his feet, uncomfortable in the moment of silence that stretches following his explanation. Sounds surprisingly non-violent for someone whose name strikes fear into the hearts of men and women everywhere. You said it, not me. He pins you with a bitter stare. Either way, for both of our sakes, it's better if I don't talk about it. You know as well as I do. Blood and Mark may be watching. Farewell. Ah, that's why I spoke, because I leveled up. So, Head is stone down. Here, let me see something real quick. So if I look at Bled Mark, okay, he's got a ton of favor. I just need to give him the 5. Okay, cool. Party of 4, 2 fighters, wizard, and a priest. I thought you could get 5 party members. You went in a little short. We died a bunch at first, but I managed to cheese it by using a doorway. Oh, nice. Okay. What difficulty are you playing on? All right, for you, probably spell strength would help the most, right? Yeah, let's do that. Does that make sense? You know what? No, I think you reached a point. I've got no strength. I just need to keep churning them out. You need to just churn them out as quickly as possible. You need to be dealing as much damage because when you attack once, a lot of times you're actually attacking multiple times. So damage is what's key for you. You got 3 of these and an extra one of these. What's this do? Fire projectiles in an arc. Oh yeah, grazes and misses with ranged attacks. Bounce to enemies behind their target. It's actually not bad. Targets become terrified when you strike from stealth, but that almost never happens. Target an enemy and then launch multiple projectiles into the air. Each one targets a random enemy within the selected area, rooting them. Critical strikes with bold attacks, stun for a longer duration. Stuns are nice, but if I'm attacking, greatly increases that allows basic attacks to strike multiple times, right? So if it's doing an attack each time, I assume it's rolling an attack each time. And if it is, ricochet is going to be even better, right? So yeah, let's do that. And then you, what's going on with you? It doesn't really matter what I pick, right? Critical hits with weapons, weaken enemies. That's fine. While in this stance, attacks drain magical energy from the target, silencing them and lowering their magic shields. Gain a passive bonus to subterfuge and dodge, I guess. Sure, whatever. More dodge. Wait, does this even help you? Inspiring is out. Lantry orates the party's deeds. 44% magic defense, endurance defense, and will defense. You know, okay. And full area attack. Terrified. That's more than frightened. Will reduced by 30%. Terrified targets will flee in random directions. Okay, actually, that is the truth. All right, yeah, that's helpful. Okay, cool. Normal, but it sure doesn't feel like normal. Yeah, pillars can absolutely be very difficult. Tough times have befallen us. All right, she doesn't have anything.
Not happening.
To say. There's a couple of people down there I could talk with. First, let's go in here. What's going on here? Sovic. Some jewels.
See that?
Something hidden here. What's this? Oh, whetstone. Okay.
I'm a scholar, not a luggage slave.
Scroll, lore, sigil of bounding bolts. That sounds fun. Fate binder of Tunnen. Mercy, please, mercy, kill me. In my torment, I'm begging you. He dry retches, quivering and covered in blood. And why would I want to do that? I can tell you things. At least so long as I've got my tongue. I'll teach you a sigil. Then you'll kill me. If we're going to order your death, I'll need to hear what crimes you've committed to warrant it. He started to nod, but it turns to a halted cringe. How's this for you? I killed an entire village. Men, women, and children. Crushed with a snap of my staff. Because I had to know if I could do it. I slaughtered them in a landslide and listened to their screams. He grimaces a smile at the memory despite his pain. What? You have no idea how exhilarating it felt. He eyes you discerningly. Or maybe you do. Sounds like you've done nothing wrong on the magic's magician's folly. lean into him and whisper, "Come closer." For a moment, he only stares, eyes glowing darkly, but then he struggles to lean forward, straining with all of his strength against his bonds until he howls from his efforts. For the crime of willfully breaking Kairos' peace, I hereby sentence you to be crushed by the weight of a rock until dead. The punishment shall be carried out no later than a span from now. A fitting end? He grunts, nearly breathless from the pain. So long as it comes quickly, I have no care as to how it's done. Please hurry and send for my executioners. Do not make me wait and wonder, wishing every moment for it to come. There must be a better way to atone for this crime, Fatebinder. Death is almost too merciful. Does that happen often? Folks trying to use you as a means of suicide? I've been tied to a Scarlet Chorus post. I know that desire to be free, even if it means death. It's so weird. Seems like I should have had... Yes, bounding bolts is what I already got. Oh, he gave me Sigil of Stone. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. I'll take it. The party size max in Pillar 31 is 6. A full team would have made that fight easier. Yeah, you don't have all the party members you need. I definitely always wait until I have a full party. But hey, you got it done, so can't be mad about that. Warm regards, Master Fatebinder. How do you do? I haven't seen many folks the likes of you around here. Then again, most of the folks I've been bumping into lately are of the Scarlet Chorus. They're not the likes of anything but rotten. Anything I can do for a nice gentleman like you? What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus presence here? Only that they've been mucking about, stirring up trouble for weeks, trying to conscript a lot of us. I'm glad you rid us of them. Us gentlefolk didn't like their methods, Master Fatebinder. Granted, some prefer the company of the chorus to the disfavored, and I don't blame them. If all the chorus wanted was to save the land as they proclaimed, I'd be happy to aid them too. But with the way they were seeking to swell their ranks, I think they've got another agenda in the Stone Sea. And what would that be? Everyone knows they're Earthshakers camped at Howling Rock. Whatever they're tinkering with there, the Scarlet Chorus want it stopped. Or maybe they want to cause bloodshed. Either way, they need bodies for an attack, wouldn't they? Anything I do for... What can you tell me about the disfavored operations at Howling Rock? A group of disfavored entrenched themselves at Howling Rock not so long ago. Damn, Earthshakers won't leave no matter what we've tried. She sniffs primely, indignant at the remembrance. Whatever they're doing to that rumbling Archon, it's making the earthquakes worse. We'd be happy to be rid of them if only to calm the land. I doubt this woman knows the first thing about arcane theory, but she's probably not wholly wrong in her speculation. The Overlord's magical edict is the true source of the tremors. No simple mage can shake the land on this scale, but no doubt the Earthshakers are playing some dangerous game with magic well beyond their kin. Anything I can do? Say I want to help around town. What can I do? Stopping the quakes would be a blessing, that's for sure. Don't guess you've any thoughts on how to do that, do you? The Scarlet Chorus claimed to have a plan before you killed them. Catching herself, she coughs uncomfortably before dabbing at the corner of her mouth with a tattered rag. Now, I didn't mean nothing by that, Master Fatebinder. Even if you hadn't come along, I wouldn't trust much in the Chorus promise. Sure, they've others out there in the Stone Sea, but who knows what they're capable of, if anything. That's all for the moment. What's really messed me sideways with the vampirism was I was unable to pray at altars to get cured because I was a criminal. Wow, vampirism just messes you over all the way in that game, huh? Yeah, I haven't found any other party members yet. Could have recruited, but I don't like hiring non-important to the story NPCs. Yeah, it takes a minute to find all the party members. I'd suggest Grieving Mother, who you can find in the Drayford village, and the Ranger and Druid can be found if you just wander in the wilderness maps. Yep. Just go through the maps. There's plenty of party members. It always takes a while for me to get my perfect party, though. Greetings, Fatebinder. She takes a deep bow. You've done us all a great service by getting the Scarlet Chorus off our backs. In exchange, I've got a special price for you on all my wares. What can you tell me about the spires in the region? I imagine you have dealings with travelers from those areas? Can't say I know much about the spires themselves. They've always been there, towering, never doing much of anything aside from casting shadows. I do, however, come across some interesting items from round about those parts time and again. Just last Judge's Day, a fellow sold me a charcoal rubbing that was taken from inside one of the spires, or so he claimed. Haven't seen him since. He said he was heading to Stone Down, so I can't really ask him questions about it, unfortunately, but it may be worth having a look at. Show me what you have for sale. Let's see, Tearsman Son, fine bow, and let's just find Cap of Absorption, plus 10 armor, shock. Scarlet Fury gloves. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Weightless shackle, plus to control force. We got that. We got that. We got that. Strange charcoal rubbing. A portion of an unknown sigil has been recorded on this scroll. The charcoal imprint is rough and incomplete, leaving the full design a mystery for now. We will definitely pick up that. The parchment contains a partial charcoal rubbing of a rune, though the shape is incomplete. The curved lines are unusual and don't resemble any known sigils. It will be necessary to obtain the complete shape before you can discern its purpose. I think I know its purpose. Perhaps another one of those puzzles we have to do for the spire. Okay, I'll have to do that tomorrow. Yep. Definitely recommend. She's one of the party members I prefer having.
So. No dice.
She's a cipher. And very powerful. Very, very powerful. Ciphers are great to have. The table is supported by a few flimsy planks of wood. It's a surprise it's still upright given all the tremors in the area.
Not happening.
No people to talk with there. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. All right. Talked to those two already. Anybody else up over here? Nope. Okay.
I don't think so.
It's kind of unnerving. Running around in the city that's constantly experiencing earthquakes, but it's okay. Marissa, you got anything to say? No mercy for murderers. Death to the beast. Put him to the rope. Hang him by his hairy throat. We'll have our justice. What's happened? What's all the excitement about? A group of our boys with some help from the chorus caught the beast just outside of town. They found him like that, fur all matted with blood and gore from hunting down humans. Just look at his snout, still stained with his wretched dinner. The woman shudders and touches a grubby handkerchief to her mouth. She blots at her upper lip, pale-faced and swearing to the Archons. I wish she'd choke on it. Wretched? I'm told man tastes a bit gamey, but wretched seems like needless hyperbole. It's not that far off from elk or lores, from what I'm told, in fact. I've read that the Vatna tribe called humans slow lores on account of its taste and ease of capture. Never thought I'd be happy to have had the chorus around, but for once they did us right. Now all that's left is to see the brute killed. She sniffs and gives a curt nod. Of course, with the chorus going now, we'll have to do it ourselves. And you're sure he's killed a human? Someone witnessed it or otherwise found proof? You soft on beastmen or something, Fatebinder? You'd rather side with them than humans? That killer was found with blood all over his face and paws right outside the gates. Who else you think he ate if it weren't one of us? That monster killed and ate a human, and you call yourself a steward of justice? Well, go on then. Deliver that beast a well-deserved death. I'll punish him for you, for the right price. Shameless, utterly shameless, preying on a meager woman like me. But I'll pay your price for the sake of justice. I don't care if it costs me. Lie. Leave it to me. I'm not convinced. Decided to capture the beastman's fate. Let's see what's going on with him. Examine. The beastman lies bound, unable to move. Speak with the beastman. Oof. Uh-oh. As you approach, you take a good look at the area where the townspeople had chained the beastman brutally and on display like some kind of public attraction. He watches his tormentors, visibly exhausted and weary, battered and bloodied, and stinking of urine and old meat. Damn. Beastman snarls and snaps at you, drooling tiredly as he strains against his bonds. His eyes are wide with fear, but his limbs droop tiredly and his whole body trembles. Back away or lose both life and limb. Left claw still has killing teeth, can still maim human. Calm down and tell me what's happened. Help, Left Claw. He whines, all the bravado draining from him. Why have humans hunted Beastmen? Beastmen has never bothered humans, knows to leave alone. Humans claim Beastmen kill settlers, but Beastmen has only hunted brown boar. Stone Stalkers don't eat meat from humans. Tell settlers. He grows angry and afraid. Left Claw is good hunter. Tracked boar for tribe, but got bit by Iron Maw near ridge to human den. Bled and bled. Thought would have to rip through leg. Then sun woke and human came, howling threats. Call me curious, but why are you named Left Claw? Left Claw's best claw. Brood sisters and brood brothers use right claw, most when hunting, but beastmen learn left claw is faster. Left claw is stronger. Interesting. You shouldn't have hunted so close to town, but I don't believe you killed the missing settlers. The beastman nods and licks at a dark patch of dried blood on his upper lip. Then hunt with free beastmen? What fate has human decided? The mob is angry. I should speak with the less agitated settlers in town before making a decision. Hurry, hurry. Help, Left Claw, please. Exhausted, he flops his head to the ground and moans quietly. I think Joker leans towards helping them, to be completely honest with you. Hang the mangy beast, okay. What are your thoughts on the captured beastmen? Would you find them guilty? You bet your britches I would. The beast is guilty as they come. Look it, its fur is still matted in the blood of his victims, the settlers who went missing 2 weeks ago, no doubt. He reeks of it, the lives he stole. Some folks believe we ought to consider his side, but there ain't no point to it, mister. Even if he ain't the one that did it, those beasts are a threat to our survival. I'd knot the noose myself where the time come. But didn't those settlers disappear while scavenging the plains? Any number of things could have happened to them in such a dangerous landscape. You think they fell or starved? No, the proof don't lie. They got ripped apart by a beastman. Didn't they? I mean, that is, you don't really think he's innocent, do you, good mister? I don't like the thought of letting him go, but I certainly won't be the one to oppose your authority on the situation, Master Fatebinder. You'll see that justice is served, I'm sure of it. Interesting, okay. Speak with Left Claw and release him. Maybe. Hold on. I don't need anything. Let's make sure we've talked to everybody that might want to have a say-so in the matter. Oh, maybe this is what Isadora is for. Because I don't think she was willing to talk with me beforehand. Nope. She still just says rough times. Why is there a beastman being held in Halfgate? Back when the town was primarily a market for farmers, Stone Stalkers worked as beasts of burden. They did the hauling and the plowing mostly, and they learned not to complain. But then Karen edited them with a fool idea to take back the lands of their ancestors, and they've been nothing but raving and violent ever since. Not long ago, that one up there was dragged into town by a group of settlers and Kors. He was covered in blood, a wild thing. We've done our best to look the other way, but it seems they won't be satisfied to leave us be. Now they're out hunting us just beyond our own city gates. You assume the beastman's guilt? How do you know he was hunting a human? He's a beastman. It's what they do. I do prefer to keep my nose out of these things, but if you feel certain enough about the beastman's innocence, you might consider doing something about it. All right.
Not happening.
So he's not going to stop me from freeing the beastman either. And who's Grayson? Have I talked to you? Fatebinder, slayer of choirmen, keeper of the peace. He rushes towards you with his arms outstretched and grips you tightly around your waist before realizing his intrusion. He quickly backs away and pats away some of the dust he left behind.
So many different faces come through this town, but how could I miss the one who single-handedly slayed those gangsters? Seems every other day we get new scavengers or artifact hunters or just completely odd folks coming through these parts. Almost unsettling if you ask me. Is there anything I can do to help you? Any information you need about the area? What do you know about the spires in the Stone Sea? Deep in the heart of Beastman territory, there's one. Those are dangerous parts. You best be watching your back out there. He nods solemnly before continuing. The other is surrounded by those rock worshippers where that colossus of stone finally collapsed. A stone colossus? Yeah, that giant of an Archon. He kept moaning and groaning as he made his way across the land, left destruction in his wake, and riled up the beastmen something fierce. Believe he fell near the dawning spire? He gives his head a scratch, pondering the situation. Some of the vendors here in town can tell you more. I know they've had some dealings with the scavengers from those areas. Tell me more about Halfgate. Well, let's see. It used to be called Plainsgate until Karen came traipsing through and Fatebinder Khalil cast the Edict of Stone on him, destroying thousands of lives in the process. He purses his lips. But you can't win a war without casualties. At least that's what we're told. Even after, we keep getting hit hard by the earthquakes. We've lost a lot of people and possessions, but other areas were hit even harder during the edict. Guess you could say we were in the eye of the storm. Earthquakes? Kids these days watch 10 years of ornithological sketches vanish in 20 seconds of smoke, then tell me about your slow, leisurely tremors. Oh no, the roads are all shifting and my map's obsolete. Actually, that does sound quite odious. No matter what happens, you have to keep a positive outlook, because it could have been far worse. Things can always be worse, Fatebinder. Tell me what you know about Cairn. What is there to say other than he has ruined our lives? We are beset with earthquakes, and we've lost so many friends because of them. After the destruction here, he headed out into the Stone Sea, and that's where he still lies. His body turned to stone, and the story is he's trapped. That's what is causing the earthquakes. His ongoing death throes are tearing our land apart. But those damn disfavored won't let him die, so we're the ones stuck suffering. Do you know how I can find Karen's body? I hear it's a place called Howling Rock, but I'm no adventurer. My entire life here is here in town, so I wouldn't even know where to begin regarding how to get there. Best I can offer is to tell you to keep asking around town. Someone is bound to know more than I do. How has Karen's passing affected the settlers of this town? Townsfolk have taken adjoining scavenging crews and heading into the Stone Sea to search for artifacts and other treasures. Problem is, the Stone Sea is full of dangers, and those scavengers put their lives in danger each time they leave the settlement. Is there anything I can do to help the scavengers? There is indeed a way you can help Fatebinder. A scavenging mission went out a few days back, and we haven't seen them since. The longer they're gone, the more I'm sure they won't be coming back. I'll look for the lost group of scavengers. This wonderful news, Fatebinder. Thank you. He smiles and grabs your hand, shaking it vigorously. They're on their way to Stone Down, but no one knows if they even arrived. Let's talk about something else. Is there anything I can help you with? Any information you need about the area? What are the Scarlet Chorus doing here? Take care, Jovi. Have a good night, dude. And Halfgate, not much, now that you've slain them. But for the rest of the Stone Sea, all I can tell you is that they came in promising to help us with the Beastmen and telling everyone they take care of the earthquakes. I don't know if they were telling the truth or not, but I do know they've damn near swarmed this realm, claiming it for their Archon of secrets. And if they can take those wild beasts out, I'm willing to give them all the help they want. Have you seen this favorite in the area? I've not seen any personally, but I've heard that they've set up around Karen's body at Howling Rock. No one in town wants them around. Everyone here blames them for the ongoing earthquakes. What can you tell me about the captured beastmen? Grayson grimaces, shaking his head. Ah, yes, the animal they caught outside the village. Can't wait for that unpleasantness to be dealt with. Covered in blood, lurking about, no doubt to hunt more settlers. Mangled himself in a trap outside the gates. Don't know why the Corps brought him in. Just wipe the beast out or drive them away. That's what I say. You didn't actually see him kill anyone. Why are you so quick to assume he's guilty? An animal does what an animal does. If there's something to kill, they will kill it. It's a simple matter of nature. I hear rumors you're judging the matter. If you have a mind to set the beast free, best do it far from here. If we see him outside the town, we won't hesitate to kill him. That's all I need for now. All right, and let me just check down here real quick. Seats of power. What seeds? Oh, this. Oh, okay. Yeah, we know where the. You got any thoughts? Fate binder. Nope, he does not. Oh, wait. Actually. Fate binder. Anything in stock? Okay, yep. Kicking the Scarlet Course out didn't matter. He still doesn't have anything in stock. Boom, 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 boom. She doesn't still don't have anything to say. Speak with him. I decided to free you and decree your innocence. Leave here quickly. The settlers will kill you if you linger. Really? Is it true? He whimpers and quivers with gratitude, eyes darting in search of the easiest escape route. Left Claw won't forget help from human. Ooh, somebody level up. So we're on the clamor for the beast's blood. Just get the mongrel out of my sight. Excellent. Okay, cool. Landry again. Is the one who leveled up? Do you know where the lands are? No. Do you know where the lands are? Nope, you got nothing new to say. He did say talk with some people and find out if you can get the lands. Oh wow. It's all releasing at the same time? That's interesting. So then you're not getting it until the day after tomorrow. Damn, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. That is unfortunate. All right.
Not happening.
Looks like no matter what. Nothing further here for me. Oh, wait. I don't remember going on. Oh, yeah, I did go over in this area. Don't walk any further in it? No, okay, cool. Love how Joker is fully an asshole, because if he wants something from you, he'll just kill you afterwards. Yep. I play him as truly chaotic. Sometimes he'll help you. Sometimes he'll be the worst person you've ever met. There is no telling. Your progress is arrested by the appearance of the gang in Crimson and Letter around the corner ahead of you. Oh shit, Verse mutters. The ass gang! She shrugs at your questioning glance. I ran with them for a bit. They note you and approach, weapons at ease. The foremost gang member raises a hand in greeting. Hail the gang. You raise your own hand in response, greeting the approaching gang. The leader's head is half shaven and a pale sickle of a scar curves down her cheek to the corner of her thin lips. Fatebinder, she says, bowing her head slightly. Verse? Her tone is cold, her eyes narrowed at your Scarlet Fury compatriot. We don't much care about the slippery loyalty of law dogs. Mutts can't help but nip at their betters. Chuckles from the other members of her gang. But Verse, she betrayed the cause, and that demands a scalp. Sorry, Verse answers. I'm flat out of spare scalps. Clever ass. The one you're using will do nicely, another member of the gang says. Verse looks to you. They want to fight and I'm happy to oblige. Your call, Blinder. Let Verse fight them. You give Verse the go-ahead and she moves towards them, drawing her bow. No, she uses her daggers. A sickle's grin splits her mouth. I've come to kick ass and, well, mostly just that. She lets loose an arrow that buries itself in one of the warrior's eyes. Tossing her bow aside, she leaps into the ass gang like a wolf among the herd, blades flashing, deflecting incoming strikes, and lashing out to separate flesh from flesh. Shouts and screams fill the air to score her brutal dance. It's over shockingly quick, Verse breathing heavily above the corpses. She limps, and her right hand clamps the side of her leg, dark blood shining between her fingers. Glare silently. She meets your glare with a grin and gestures down the road towards your destination. Shall we? Why does that get fear from verse? Whatever. Davey, what's going on? How are you? It's fine. It's probably easier for the dev team. How would a chaotic evil run on Where the Wretches go for my first run? And which mythic paths we recommend? Chaotic evil, I'd recommend demon. And it's great as long as you don't mind being evil for your first run. It's at random. Do you have any pets? I do not have any pets. My wife is allergic to both dogs and cats. When my daughter is older, I'll probably get an ant farm. I really enjoyed having an ant farm when I was a kid, but I don't think she's old enough to be trusted around it right now. Reaver runs, I like Lich the most. Lich is pretty cool, but the problem with Lich is that you end up with all undead party members and they barely speak. So you miss out on a lot of the reactivity in the game. Whereas Demon, you'll just use your regular party members, so you'll get the same usual amount of reactivity. And yeah, Lich is lawful evil, not chaotic evil. All right, I haven't played it and do not know its quality. Chaotic evil Demon is incredible. It might be my most favorite evil playthrough in any game I've played. They did a fantastic job with it. Absolutely fantastic. Just get a bear. That's certainly a thought. Let me check verse real quick. Am I still? Oh, okay, yeah. I don't care about getting some fear with her. We still got plenty of everything we need. All right. What's this area called? Stone Down. There we go. Oh, and is this a big old wide areas? Yep, I think it is. Okay, cool. Down and save. It's not allergic. Rabbits are great. My friend had a rabbit growing up and she loved it. I don't think she's allergic to rabbits, but again, Simone would have to take care of it, so it makes me hesitate. Slater, have you ever seen the YouTube channel Ants Canada? No. Ants and insects can be a lot of fun. If you go down, I used to have an ant farm when I was a kid, and yeah, I loved it. I love that you can wake up pretty much at any point in time and go over to that farm and see ants working. I thought that was so cool, and I had so much respect for the work ethic. And so I think it'd be really nice for Simone to have it as well. Lich is neutral evil, but can swing either way, chaotic or lawful, if you really want to. I don't think that's true, actually. Well, I'm sorry. It is true. You could do it that way, but like there's different levels of Lich. Like you could become just a regular Lich, or you could be a Lich with a phylactery, right? In order to get that phylactery, you have to do certain things. And a lot of them, and I think there's enough lawful choices that you most likely would not end up being chaotic. Rather Righteous does a ton of things right, for sure. Worst one would be terrible. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I actually did Lich as my first run, and it was fine for me because I had played so many other different paths in the beta anyway. But like if I was coming into Wrath of Righteous completely cold, I wouldn't recommend Lich. I don't. I think you miss out on so much that it doesn't feel right. All right. I think that's enough for one day. It is now 1 in the morning where I am. Hopefully all of you enjoyed the stream. I do, of course, plan to be right back at it tomorrow evening. But until then, hopefully all of us are able to get some rest. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care. I have a love-hate relationship with the Lich's companions. Less reactivity, more boring, but at the same time, they're your puppets. Yep. Why would they voice disapproval? It's very eerie and lends to the roleplay. I 100% agree. I think Lich just goes all the way. Like Swarm goes all the way. So I don't recommend Lich or Swarm for your first playthrough, But the cool thing is that the experience is different enough where they work very, very well as second and third playthroughs, for sure. Thanks, Eric. Glad you enjoyed the stream, dude. Always good seeing you, man. Take care. I'll link Anne's Canon in Discord. It's like Nat Geo style docuseries. Okay, yeah, link it. I'll take a look at it tomorrow. Demon, Barbarian, Chaotic Evil, Orc. How's that sound? That sounds fantastic. In fact, I ran something very similar. I did a Demon Orc who was I think I made him a Crusader. I did the Pale Orc. So like I wanted to ride on a wolf and use like a one-handed weapon. It was a pretty cool playthrough. I had a fun time. Yep, Demon is Fantastic 3 for sure. For sure. Great times. Yep, definitely recommend it, Eric. I'll be interested in hearing what's your thoughts on Wrath of the Righteous once you're able to get more into it. All right, you all. I'm headed to bed. Take care. Have a good night.